last couple of promotions, guys.
Fantastic.
I
Y'all
hope you heard that last part.
y'all kill me. Yeah, I wanted to get that on captured actually because that was too fucking good.
Oh, yeah, we used a bit, guys. Gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, well, this is the thing is we've been chatting for like almost the last hour, so I feel like all of the comedy that we had is now gone. It's just gonna be us
Yeah.
just staring at each other, just like.
Wow, that's right.
Everyone asking like, "How was your day today?"
So what's going
We've
on?
been over this 5 fucking times. Yeah, some shit like that.
Pretty much. All on
Screen.
I'd like to note that Firestone, your screen for the last 5 minutes has just been like a gray screen with like a little twirling dot.
He's
Like,
frozen
Oh,
on my
Yeah.
screen, and he's like
I can
playing with
see
his
him.
cord, and he's like,
oh, that's terrifying.
it was like,
Oh,
can see
that's
all
what
of
I see
you.
is just this. Yeah.
yep.
I see
I don't
you
e-
just fine. So
I don't even get that trait. Yeah, no, it's even on the fucking on the stream. That's what it is. But
Robo, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, Robo, get the fuck out of here.
Invited this guy. I'm just kidding. He's
Yeah,
gonna be our
fucking-
moderator tonight.
Fuck his
Fucking
ass.
kick this piece of shit.
I'm glad all of you get to see my terrible face frozen in time forever.
It's
She
honestly,
doesn't get to see anything.
I'm looking at the stream, so I see it there. I just don't see it in Discord.
Hey, Sir Wingy, what up?
It's funny as hell.
Iron Chef, my man. Yeah, we're gonna be getting started with our first session, guys. I will say that I'm probably not gonna be as interactive with chat as usual. Focusing up on campaign, but we'll probably do like a 5-minute break every hour. I chat what you get, catch up. Robo's gonna be hanging out, moderating. I think the first order is going to be running around this table and introducing our lovely players. Let's get started. You guys go ahead, tell us who you are, and then tell us who your character is. Let's start with Chaos.
Oh, hi. I'm Chaos Feared, and I'm gonna be playing the gnome wizard artist named Salvador Nabiri. My full name is Salvador Francisco de Paula Juan Maria de los Remnos Sepriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Nabiri. But you can just call me Sal for short. Yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't really left my town much, but it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Lovely. Firestone, whose image is frozen beautifully right now.
Always. If there's a tech thing that happens, count me out. No matter what, the computer will freeze or not work. That is how I roll. Hi everybody, I'm Firestone.
Oh.
My character's name is his name is Ty, but his full name's Tyrelliel Booksworth. He comes from a small town, Shadhavar. His family, mom and pa, own the general store at the Oasis, and he lives a pretty quiet life there. He longs to someday be a great explorer. I want to someday get out of this little shithole and actually discover some of the world. I want to be a knight someday. Of course, I'll work my way to it. Maybe be a squire first for a couple of years or something like that. But for now, I go to school, and I am best friends with the giant. His name, if I remember correctly, is
I may have changed his name, so don't worry about that right now.
His name has probably changed, so he's just my bestest friend that name will eventually come to me. I hit pretty hard in the head this morning by a scorpion. So, good stuff.
All right,
That's me.
lovely. There's Firestone for us playing Ty, and last but not least, my man Glowpaint. Oh, is muted.
Sad boy.
Uh-oh.
Bueller,
Uh,
we're good.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So- You move it at all and it just unplugs itself. Hi, my name's Glowpaint, aka Miles. I will be playing Kanako Kitsune, your not so friendly, not so neighborhoody foxman. He lives in the woods. He's secluded from pretty much everybody. He doesn't really like people too much. And it's gonna be a great time playing someone reacclimating to real life, kind of like what we're all doing out of quarantine now. But he's he likes to avoid people a little bit, except for a few trusted people, couple of friends, couple of family, but that's about it.
Well said. Excellent. Those are our players. I am going to be the dungeon master tonight. My name is Sev, aka Fast Hands Hero. I am fortunate enough to have brought these lovely people together and taken some of their time to go on a marvelous adventure. And we are going to be starting that in just a few moments. Switch over from just chatting to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to change up the music and I'll start our intro, guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'll while I'm doing that, I'll hit you with one of my favorite things to do, which is a warm-up roleplay question.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
So
Oh boy. Here we go.
here's the first one, and you guys all read through the races in this world, right? You see they're a little different than normal, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Does your character have any biases for or against certain races, and why? We'll go reverse this time. Glowpaint, why don't you Kaneko? Why don't you start us off?
Honestly, I would say that I'm not quite fond of humans. They've done my family wrong quite a bit in the past, and it's hard for me to trust with what they say at face value. So I would say it's quite difficult sometimes to work with humans or deal with them as they come into the forest. They take what they want. They don't leave things behind, and it's pretty hard.
All right. And Ty.
Well, in all honesty, Halfer, as they might call me, I, I, I am curious to figure out more about Albaz. As I'm not sure I've ever really met one. At least Mom and Pa won't tell me very much about him, so I'm more curious about them. But if I had to say that a race that I get frustrated with more often than not are the Goblins coming through trying to barter or cheat some of them. My mom and pa out of the Oasis, our general store. They're frustrating customers sometimes.
Which one were that? I'm sorry.
About it.
I missed which one you said.
Goblins.
Oh, the goblins. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm curious to figure out more about Albaz or Orcus because I'm a halfer.
Ah. So your
I wanna know
mother,
where
your
I'm
mother and
from,
your father are both parents, huh? Or both humans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Uh,
pretty. Maybe you're
they're both
adopted, or
human.
maybe you're adopted, or something strange going on here.
They don't really tell me about that, but I am a little bigger than him, So curious to figure that out someday. Got more important things to focus on though.
Heard. And last but not least, Mr. Salvador Nabiri.
Yeah. I don't really think that it's good to be prejudicial towards anyone. You may have had some bad experiences with a specific person of that race or a specific group, but everyone has things to value and offer to you. So realistically, I might not know everything about everyone or everything about people's cultures, but I want to learn more. and I really want to get to know people more, and it would make me really happy if I got to have some friends that weren't other gnomes or weren't maybe humans. Like I want to meet unique people, and I'm excited for that.
Excellent. All right, guys. We'll be doing one of those warm-up roleplay questions at the beginning of every session, just so you know. For now, I believe it's time to begin. So, if you'll all do me a favor and close your eyes, prepare to leave your physical body and be transported to a different realm. One you may have visited before, one you may know intimately. Though unlike the other times you have visited this realm, I, Sev, will be your guide. Please take a deep breath. Imagine that you are weightless and floating in the ether. As you open your eyes, you find yourself immersed in a nebulous cloud of multicolored lights. As you marvel at the twinkling particulate all around you, enraptured by the cascading blues, verdant greens, and ephemeral lavenders, you feel an unseen force, like the grip from a gigantic hand, wrap itself gently around your body. With a slight tug, you are pulled through the strange clouds. The particles and bits of stardust, cold as ice, caress your being. This elicits a chill through your form. After a few heartbeats, you emerge from the intangible cocoon, and before you is a grandiose sight. Space, twinkling galaxies in the distance, bright streaks of white light as shooting stars whiz through empty space. Behind you looms a magnificent gas giant hued a periwinkle blue with streaks of deep violet. To the left and above you, a massive red dwarf burns a deep and dim crimson, puffing out its hydrogen in short, sporadic bursts of solar energy. Several ribbons of light catch your eye, magenta, green, icy blue. They seem to be drawn to a small planetoid floating lazily before you. You notice that you are also being drawn to this point. The tiny thing, hardly a moon for this massive gas giant, seems to have a structure built atop it. As you are pulled closer and closer, you begin to make out the building. It takes the shape of what some might say is a stylized cathedral, seemingly made of the blackest stone the universe has to offer, and inlaid with golds and silvers. It has tall spires at each corner, sweeping tilted roofs, and large mosaic windows. Intricate carvings and thousands of gargoyle-like statues adorn the oddly placed construct. The closer you come, the more detail becomes apparent. The carvings that encompass the building are that of warriors and beasts, men fighting ferocious demons, people defending their homes from encroaching hordes, women protecting their loved ones to their last breath. All carved and inlaid with fabulous jewels ranging from the size of a watermelon to that of a pea. You are nearly there when the gargoyles begin to take shape, almost fuzzy at first, but now more formed and eye-catching. Strange beings from amorphous blobs to Herculean men, minotaurs and giant spiders, dragons and strange squid-headed horrors. They all melt away as you are pulled to the surface of this moon and hoisted forth before the doors, unable to find purchase in this realm that lacks any physicality. The great golden doors, carved with the reliefs of unicorns, 30 feet high and at least 10 men abreast, swing open on soundless hinges. The tugging at your chest is more urgent and tighter, as if the being is gripping you with more fervor. You begin moving at an alarming rate, the alabaster floor and obsidian walls turning to a blur before you as you are pulled down the hall. You pass by many doors of different shapes and materials, murals of brothers in hand fighting massive wolves, of 3 heroes standing against an onslaught of a tribal army, a man giving color, form, and wielding a rainbow as a weapon. Suddenly, you are halted, jerked to the ground, and left in a daze. A 6-foot-tall door made of wood, with brass fittings and a large round handle, is before you. You reach out, unable to stop yourself, as the door yields to your touch. You enter a warm, dimly lit study. Every wall a bookcase with thousands upon thousands of tomes. Before a roaring, multicolored fire is a plush lounge chair, and a small table that holds a crystal decanter filled with an amber liquid, a matching goblet, and a pipe for smoking. As you peer around the room, you can see no discernible ceiling. It appears the bookshelves reach up into infinity. A loud crack and a flash of light disorient you for a moment, and sitting before you is a man in black loungewear trimmed in gold. He has snow-white hair and lavender eyes. His gaze falls on you. Welcome. A crisp and honeyed voice drifts out. Another traveler here for a story? So good of you to join me. My name is Sev, and I am the caretaker of this place and its stories. His eyes fall upon you for a few moments, and then he takes a deep breath. With a snap of his finger and a flash of green light, a large tome bound in crimson leather appears in his hands. His eyes sparkle with excitement. We will be journeying to a land I am quite fond of. Have you heard of Eltigrad? It is a land wrapped in mystery and shrouded in intrigue. He looks you up and down for a moment. Yes, for you, I think the Second Age would be most fitting. A tale of heroes, of young ones filled with aspiration, and led to a greater purpose than they could ever know. Come, now sit. As he gestures, a chair that didn't seem to be there moments ago appears opposite of him. This is a story of the Drayvin Kalva. He waves his hands in a grandiose gesture. The Dragon Riders, whom protected the realm during the early ages of the Second Age. The early years of the Second Age. This tale in particular is quite exciting. One that concerns a rather eccentric artist, a would-be hero, and a gentle avenger. Are you ready? As he winks and opens the book, you feel your world melt away. Alright guys, that's the intro.
Dope. I dig it.
Abs.
You should really consider doing ASMR.
I appreciate
I
that.
was getting sleepy.
I had to keep opening my eyes because I was like, this is too relaxing. Like I'm like in the zone right now.
Oh no, that was great. That was great.
Excellent.
You should honestly you should clip that because I kind of want that. Like that would be something nice that I could like kind of like drift off to sleep.
Just
to.
read bedtime stories. I'm about it. I'll hit you with that.
Clip it. Clip it.
Good
Alright.
night.
So, we are going to start with our eccentric artist.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll pay me some real good shit. That's
Hundred-
awesome.
Let's get our theme song for Little Nabiri going. All right, Salvador, my man. Your day in school has just ended, and you're walking down the street. You pass by the rather tall and stone-worked buildings of Emond. You live in the capital of the city-state. A large market dominates the center. You kind of skirt around the side of it and find your home in a rather posh area of the city. Two-storied and quite illustrious. You can see through the upper windows your mother working on a sculpture and your grandfather muttering and waving his hands back and forth as flashes of light and pops of sound emit from his fingertips. You hear him cackle wildly. You run up to the door and enter your home. Why don't you go ahead and I'll leave it to you now. What are you doing, bud?
Sure. As soon as I come in the door, I just scream, "Grandfather, Paul! What are you doing?"
Oh, come, my son. Come here, quickly.
I, I run over to him and I just say, "What? You look so amazing and so excited right now."
As you pop into the doorway, you see that he's got his fingers like pressed up towards the air, straining to hold what appears to be a large orb of water, a sphere, and he's working the sphere into several different shapes. You see it change into a bird for a few moments and then quickly morph into a serpent, and then he's like, "And now watch for this one." He flicks his finger and the water shimmers and turns purple with gold streaks running through it. "All right, it is your turn. Go!" And he sends it flying at you.
Okay. Very quickly, I attempt to cast Prestidigitation to kind of like catch the water midair.
Yeah, absolutely. You 100% do. You now have control of this serpent, and you're kind of waving your hands back and forth as it cruises through the air. What do you want to do with it?
I kind of want to try to imitate what he was doing. So first, like changing into the shimmers, then try to change the color. I'm very nervous. I'm really scared. This is I've never done this before, and while I could see what my grandfather did, I know that he's much more talented and much more experienced than I am. So as I'm trying to do it, I'm a little scared, and I'm a little afraid that if I mess up, that I'm gonna
roll me a d20, buddy.
Yeah.
Your grandfather, just to give you a brief description, he's got a large wispy mustache and a long wispy goatee. He wears a hat that's kind of crooked and looks like it's patched in a few places, but it has several stars and moons on it. And he's also wearing very, very large purple robes with all kinds of different constellations kind of designed out to it. He's definitely a little bit out there. You can see that it's patched in a lot of places as well. He's got a thin face, deeply wrinkled. His hair is kind of unkempt and poking out in places. And he claps fervently as you catch it. "Ah, yes, very good, Sally, very good. Okay, now give it a shot." As you attempt to change its color, you do so. Why don't you go ahead and describe what you do? You succeeded, just barely. It's very hard for you to control the magic, but your earnest attempt manages to sway it to your desire. So go ahead and describe that for us.
Sure. Through a lot of concentration and kind of like closing my eyes even there for a second, I changed the water from its kind of light bluish hue into a light green type of shimmer. The color doesn't change too much, but you can tell that the tone and the tint of it has changed, and now I'm kind of moving it just ever so slightly in like a wave and very rhythmic motion as it becomes more and more green.
"Ah, excellent, my little Sal!" And he runs and he wraps you in a hug, breaking the concentration and dousing both of you in water as the spell dissipates. And he picks you up and smiles, twirling you around.
Grandfather, why did you stop? We got wet because of that.
"Ah, yes, half the excitement of life, eh? Come on now, my boy. We have much to do." And he grabs you by the hand and he leads you downstairs. All right. And we are going to jump to our next guy. All right. Let's get our hopeful knight. Ty. School has just wrapped up for the day. You head out of the adobe and sandstone structure, and you are going to head over to your man Artair. Artair. Artair is the Anak, which is the giant in our world. He has a very special lesson for you today. He told you he was going to go through some ancient sword drills and techniques, and that he managed to pick off a tome from a traveling merchant recently that he was going to read to you because he knows you have trouble with the big words. As
Kind of him.
as you head out the door, roll me a dex save, please.
Just a second, I'm writing down the journal. Let me get that deck save going. It's not my strong suit, but here we go.
All right. As you come out, you feel someone attempt to trip you, and you manage to kind of stumble and catch yourself. As you're riding yourself, you look around and you notice that there's several kids laughing and sneering at you. And little blonde Helga, a girl who often picks on you and causes trouble, is standing there. She looks at you and she's like, I regret all the insults I throw at you may be too kind, and the rest of you probably won't understand with that thick head, as she kind of pokes at the back of your dome.
Well, Helga, listen, I understand we have a difference of opinion, but I really think we could try to get along.
She has a kind of wicked grin on her face, and she has a bag of nuts, and she looks at you. If I throw some nuts at you, will you do a trick? As she throws a handful of them at your face.
Face. I gotta go. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, I think he's gonna cry. Run away, little Ty.
Run away.
All right.
And I bolt. I just leave.
Heard.
I don't know why she's so mean to me.
And yeah, you kind of go through the same thing you go through, as the kids often kind of torment you here. And I know that you're someone who manages to remain kind-hearted through all of this, which I find rather beautiful as a DM. Yeah, you head.
I just think we should.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just think we should put our differences aside, you know.
All right. You head through the sandy streets of your hometown, which is known as Galder's Oasis, and it is a small town on the edge of Shadhavar, the city-state, and it's one of the entry points into the valley that holds Shadhavar. You pass by several of the stores and the small guard barrack, and you head out to the oasis, where there's a large pond. This is on your parents' land, and this is where Arter stays, the Anak. He has an incredibly large hut there, and you can see that he's outside filling up a jug of water.
Anter, it's great to see you, bud.
Oh, my friend, little Ty. Are you okay, my friend? He reaches down and his massive thumb kind of wipes across your whole face as if he was trying to wipe away a tear. Were the other kids picking on you again, my friend?
They can be a little cruel sometimes, but not all of them. There were a couple standing in the back just watching.
I see. Well, you've told me before that you'd rather not stand up to them. A boy as strong as you, and he kind of pinches your arm, like squeezing your muscle, he'd probably end up hurting the little ones. I appreciate your kindness.
Yeah, plus Pa always says not to hit girls.
Oh, is it a girl? Oh, she probably likes you, and he
No.
pokes you in the belly.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Right.
Come inside. I want to show you the new book. And he scoops you up into the palm of his hand and throws you on his shoulder as he walks.
On for a trip.
As he walks the, relatively short distance for him, but for you, it'd probably take a little bit. He doesn't like waiting around. He walks the few hundred yards over to his house and opens the large door, puts you down. And as you walk in, you find yourself in a gigantic world with chairs that you have to climb to get up onto them. And there's several books on the ground that are opened up for you to read. He just kind of leaves them there. You often go and stand and climb up onto the books and walk across pages where the words are as large as you. He pulls out a tome from his massive bookshelf that's rather big as well, and he sets it down and he opens it up. Now, come Come here and look at this, my friend.
Yeah. All right. What am I looking at?
And he starts pointing out pictures, and they appear to be different forms of sword fighting and different techniques. All right, why don't you try to work through these ones? And he sits back in one of his large chairs and kind of takes a pensive pose and just begins to watch you.
Do you got a sword for me to use? I don't usually carry a sword around school, you know.
He pulls a
That's bad.
He pulls a toothpick from his table, and he reaches down and holds it to you.
Perfect. So kind of like this. I try to strike one of the poses.
Excellent, my boy. All right, and for the rest of the afternoon, you go through the forums with him kind of critiquing your work and trying to guide you and teach you along the way.
I think I figured out how to do that riposte, you know. I'm working on it.
Excellent. All right, and we're gonna fade out, and we're going to head to our gentle avenger. All right, Kaneko, you find yourself bathed in the light of the twin moons. The bigger sister Nessa is waxing and in crescent, and the little sister Leah is in full light. You struggle to keep up with your father, who is in front of you. Is a dark-colored Kaneko, and he seems to blend in with the bluish-purple roofs as he moves very low to these roofs in kind of a squat crawl, and he leaps from roof to roof. You're roughly 10 years old, and this is the first time that he's let you come on one of his jobs with him. You just broke into a noble's house and snatched a rather illustrious piece of art. Zengaria is known for their incredible artwork and their aesthetic taste. As you scurry across the rooftops, you hear in the distance, "Oh, thief!" And right next to you, an arrow thuds.
Oh.
And hits into the ceiling. Why don't you go ahead and give me a dexterity check to see how well you get across these roofs.
Oh, that hezzied on the 20. God damn.
As you leap across the next gap, crossing an alleyway, you painfully smack your hip into the side and begin scrabbling, trying to catch it as you slip down into the alleyway. Your father turns and you see him growl as he looks at the pursuers, and quick as lightning, he flashes down and grabs you by the scruff of your furry neck and launches you up the shingles, sliding to the apex of the roof. Go now, boy. We must hurry.
I just give him one of those. Dad.
None of that. Move quickly. We must be gone from this place.
And I just like immediately break off in a sprint,
Yeah, the two
trying to make up for my fail.
Excellent. The two of you spend several minutes dodging the pursuers and crossing the roofs. You both drop into an alleyway, and he looks to you. Take your human form now.
With a puff of like faint, like very faint purple smoke, I immediately assume the form of a young human boy around the same age, 10 years old. Rather than my fox form, he turns into a scrawnier kind of human, not like particularly muscle massed, kind of hunched over a little bit, still kind of used to the broad shoulders of a fox and crouching down and staying low, not really standing as tall as he should probably. Dark bronzy red hair that matches his fur color. So his fur color on his fox form migrates over into his human form, and there before you see what a human version of Kaneko would look like.
Yes, your father, in a similar puff of smoke, turns into a tall and rather kind of scoundrelish looking man with several scars across his face. He shares your hair color and complexion as well. You guys step out into the open street in the red light district and blend in with the crowd. Your father pulls out a long stemmed pipe and sparks it up as you two are walking. You walk through some of the stalls and then start down another alleyway, passing by some ladies of the evening plying their trade and trying to lure men. In this alley, you can see several stands with food. They're selling steamed buns, fried bugs, all kinds of different exotic things. And there's lots of people kind of moving to and fro. Your father walks up to a shop that appears to have kites for sale. And as he comes in, you follow behind him. He goes up to the counter and he nods at the counter man, heading behind the counter into a door. Come, Kaneko, hurry.
Okay.
You both enter into a back room where you can see some people gambling. In front of you and to the left of you is a hallway. You turn he turns left, leading you down the hallway to a door. He enters, and behind a desk in the room, which is rather dimly lit, and it's kind of messy in there, you see a very, very old kitsune. He's gray around the face, and he's got what appears to have been at one point reddish fur. Shen, my friend. Hoshi, thank you for coming. Have you acquired what I asked for? Yes, we found... Oh, you have brought your son. Hello, little fox.
Hello.
Is he going to be taking...
Hi.
Will you be taking over for your father soon, eh?
If he lets me, I really want to be just like him. He's so cool.
Yes, your father's very talented. Shen will be your best friend when you do. And he kind of drops a sly wink. Your father hands over the golden statue that you guys captured. It's that of a dragon. One of the northern clan, which they're called salamanders. Yes, this is good, Hoshi, very good. Now for my payment. Yes, here you are. And he pulls out a rather large sack and he hands it over to him. Your father pockets it and turns to you. Come, Kaneko. Our work is done here. Till next time, Shen.
My eyes were like as big as could be, neon green, bright, like I can see through your soul eyes as that money was being transferred over. I was like, what is happening? Like, this is great.
Excellent. And you guys exit, and we're going to fade to black there, too.
Right.
All right. All right, how are we feeling so far, little adventurers?
Woo!
Dope.
It's adorable.
Awesome. All right. Let's get back to our artist. I might be a little biased on your music too, by the way.
I'll just be diddy bopping every time this fucking song comes on.
Right?
It's fine by me.
All right, the sun is shining and it's a beautiful day. You're out of school. You know, it's actually the end of the school year, so you are about to go on summer vacation, and you've only got 1 year left. And you know, I didn't give you a chance to describe yourself, really. Is there anything else you wanted to add on that, man?
Yeah. I'm 3'3". I'm small. You know, I'm a gnome. I'm not what you would consider to be a taller folk. Green eyes, light brown hair with a small twinge of white, just from some magical accidents that happened when I was younger. Like a light copper skin, and really just curious. Yeah, that's how I would describe myself. Always looking at things, always trying to assess what's happening and trying to understand.
Excellent. And I will note that gnomes are rather rare in this world, so you've dealt with a lot of shit talk from some kids.
It's okay. I know that they're just inexperienced and young, and And while I may not, I may not understand them, that's okay.
All right. Yeah, let's get to old Nibiri and Emond. As you're walking to the market, in the distance, you see the mountains, which are basically the city and palace of the Anak. That's where the giants reside. And your grandfather appears to be leading you to the market. Come, little Nabiri, come. We have some fun things to look at today.
What are we gonna do today? Where are we going?
Oh, your grandfather looks down at you, his eyes alight. He's a gnome too, but he's a little bit taller than you. Obviously, you're a tiny gnome. You see him kind of like mischievously tapping his fingers together. Well, I have a little surprise for you. Do you remember when we were trying to turn paint more magical?
Yeah. You've been helping with that for a while. Yeah, I remember.
Well, I have found someone who's helped me out a little bit, and we've got a breakthrough. Come on now. And your grandfather kind of clicks his heels and picks up his pace.
Oh yeah, I hard fall behind, almost like skipping.
So Emond is a city of dark stone. They mined the mountains to the south. That's where the quarries are, and very like red hard-tiled roofs, very squat structures. There's not a lot of artistic beauty in the architecture here. It's very utilitarian and very pragmatic architecture. You guys go through the market, which is a massive square of 3-story buildings on either side, creating literally a big square. And in the center, there's thousands of stalls. This market usually services 10,000 people a day. So it is absolutely massive. Your grandfather leads you along some of the stalls and then breaks off to the right, heading to one of the buildings. You can see that it is above the door, there's a large orb on the sign. And the orb has like kind of a magician's wand, like the standard one, like the black one with the white cap, tapping it. And it's Alkander's Oddities. As you guys head in, you see before you a large man. He's got his back turned to you. He's rather portly, and he's got a balding head and dark hair. Your grandfather calls out to him, my friend Alkander. And he turns around, Paulo, welcome. As they have a little exchange of greeting, your eyes wander across the shelves, and you see tons of different mundane objects. There's a spoon, a fork, a mirror, a chair. On the shelf, there's a chair. You see like a table pushed up and leaned against the wall with a price tag on it. There's a fish bowl, just all manner of random things that you might find in the house. And your grandfather says, "Do you have what we were talking about? I've brought little Sal in today." Yes. Let's follow me. And he goes back through kind of a hallway into another room that's covered in more oddities. And this room, it's a little bit darker, a little bit dimmer, and the things on the wall are spanning from cooking implements, like pots and pans, all the way to artistic implements. You see several easels, canvases, paintbrushes, and Alkander dips down behind a desk, and he pops up, and he has a small black thin case, and he opens it up. This, my friend, is what you've been looking for. Your grandfather reaches behind your back and kind of shoves you forward towards the small box. He kind of waggles his fingers over it and then pops it open. And resting on a cushioned, a velvet cushioned lining is a large brush. and the brush seems to be made from some type of white ivory horn, and it's got really beautiful brown horsetail brush part. I don't know what you call that. Artist, what do you call that part of the brush?
You'd probably call
Just-
I don't.
Yeah, I think it's just like the hair, the strings of the.
Yeah.
The hair of the
Oh,
brush appears to be
There
really
you go.
fine horsetail. Yeah, the brusher.
Okay.
I'm not an art history major. You are, so hit
Come
me
on,
with
man. I need you to
that.
fully assume that DM role. I need
My bad.
art history book.
My bad. I'll jump on it. So the brush part of it is this kind of mahogany brown, and it looks really fine. And he says, "Go ahead." He lifts it up out of the thing. Take it, boy. Take it. He holds it out to you.
I look very kind of confused and bewildered by the situation, and just say, why?
As you haven't touched it yet, right?
No, I'm just looking and like a little jarred, but curious.
You hear your grandfather cackle behind you. Just take it, boy. Take it.
Okay. I look back to my grandfather for a second, but then
He's got a wild
Trusting-
smile on his face, and his
Yeah.
eyes are dancing.
yeah, trusting his cookiness, I kind of like grab it and hold it kind of gingerly with both of my hands because I'm still really small, so I'm assuming this is a larger brush for me, and just kind of like hold it and like gently wave it in the air to see what happens.
As you touch it, you feel tingling rush through your hands, as if you're touching something electric. And as you smile and start waving it around, you see paint begin to leak out from it and hold firm in the air. What was the color you were thinking? What was your favorite color? We'll just go with that.
Purple.
So, large purple brush strokes start appearing in the air. They hold for a few moments, and then they shimmer and disappear. Your father, or your grandfather, you hear him jumping. Yes, magnificent, magnificent. Great job, Alcander. Great job. And you see Alcander kind of put his hands on his side and one of my finer pieces. Do you like it, little Nabiri?
Yeah, but what? I don't. How? I'm incredibly bewildered and kind of can't even stutter to like make a full sentence.
Well, it is your graduation day, grandson, and this is your present. An arcane focus all for you.
I get a little teared up there, kind of like grab it really tight, and then like just almost like tackle my grandfather and give him a massive hug.
You tackle him and you both go down onto the floor. He's laughing wildly as you kind of like sob into his robes. And you hear Alcander with a big behind you.
Yep.
All right. And we're going to transition now to our hopeful night. You still there with me, Firestone? I see your image is frozen.
I'm
It's-
still
it's-
here.
Spent like
Try
that
turning
for
the
hours.
camera off and then turn it back on. Just see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, I'll try.
Uh,
Let's see if that works.
Hey, Art Hard
off.
Studios. Bam. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. Means the
Turn that
world.
on. That's it. I did it.
That killed him. Now he's invisible.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Oh, that's better than frozen with a stupid look on my face.
I disagree, actually. I think the stupid look was
I
better.
like- I like the look. The look was good.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you. All right. Well, you're still here, and that's what matters. So, my friend,
That is what matters.
you spend the rest of the afternoon going through all these forums with your good friend Ontari, and the the sun begins to dip, and you feel a noticeable change in the temperature. The desert gets very cold at night. By this time, Ontari has started, kind of preparing a meal. He's got one of the giant scorpions that he often kills. He's got it stuck through with a large a palm tree that he, turned into a skewer, and he's got it roasting over his fire. He busts off one of the legs and he hands it to you.
On Terry, it's very kind, but I should probably be getting home now. It's getting late and I got chores to do.
Oh, my little friend,
Plus,
you've been working
I don't know
so
if I could
hard.
carry
You
this.
should eat.
Oh gosh, it's hard to refuse such nice hospitality. I'll take a bite and then probably gotta go. I also don't know if I could even start to make a mark on this thing.
Ah, well,
It's
take it
the
with you
leg.
for the road then. And he's kind of grinning at you
For the road.
mischievously.
You got it, sir. I'll carry it the whole way.
Excellent. He opens the large door that you would probably have a really hard time opening, and you head out into the desert. You can see the sun is dipping and some of the stars are starting to twinkle, and a gust is coming down off of the dunes, blowing forth towards you.
Getting cold.
Yeah.
I start to do a pretty solid jog to get home in time.
Excellent. On your way back, you notice you come closer and closer to town, getting close to your parents' home, and you see that there is a cart that has veered off the road, and the wheel appears to be stuck fairly deeply in the sand. There's a goblin. He's kind of gray-skinned and rather chubby for a goblin. He's trying to push this cart out of the sand with all of his might, and you just kind of hear him cursing and muttering, trying to get his oxen on the road. And oxen's kind of pulling, but there's not a whole lot of luck going on.
Yeah, I reach out. I guess I put the huge leg down on the side of the road. Ah, there goes my lunch. Alrighty, sir, do you need some help with your cart?
My yes, please. I seem to have gotten stuck.
Yeah, you can't take it this way. You gotta go the other highway. There's some quicksand coming around here. I'm sure if you had known, you would have gone the other way. Anyway,
Yes.
can I lift it for you? How can
He kind of jumps up and down and waggles his arm.
You seem very strong. Very strong boy. Yes, please help me push. Yes.
I lift sometimes, but you know. Do you got a wheel for it? Otherwise, me lifting's gonna do nothing. Or is there a wheel on it?
Yeah, the wheel's on it. It's just stuck in the dirt, in the sand.
Oh, got it. I didn't notice it under the dirt.
You can see that he was trying to get like a stick and leverage it, but the stick had broken, and so he's kind of on his last strings. You can see that he looks pretty exasperated at this point.
Yeah, I'll try to lift that sucker out of there.
All right, go ahead and give me a athletics, please.
Here we go.
Excellent. With your help, the goblin and you managed to unstick the cart. As it gets unstuck and back onto the road, the ox pulls it a little ways. The goblin is elated.
Little man, thank you so much, big guy. I really appreciate your help. You've done great service for me, Mingo, today. Would you like something from my shop? I will give you great discount.
I don't have a whole lot on me. Fuck yeah, that sounds nice. You seem
You
like
see
a
him-
nicer feller for
Roll me a perception real quick.
yeah. Of course.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
My internet is cutting out so bad, so if
Oh
it
no.
chops up, that's my bad. It's leveled out for a second, so we'll see.
No sweat, brother. You see Mingo eyeing that big ol' scorpion leg that you left on the ground and kind of salivating.
I'll split that with you if you want.
Mingo
I
trade,
give you-
Mingo trade. What you like?
What do you got? What do you sell?
Uh,
Cool stuff. I like cool stuff.
Oh, the coolest.
and he
Oh, yeah.
leads you over to his cart, and he flops down the tailgate of it. And as he flops down the tailgate, you see on two spring latches, like the funk flips up an awning, and out rolls a little mat with a bunch of curios on it. There's necklaces, rings, charms. You can see that he's even got a few scrimshaw pieces that are rather rare in your parts.
What you like? What you like?
Wow. I'm sorry, Mr. DM. What kind of pieces? I was having trouble hearing you.
Oh, there's like some necklaces, some rings, bits and bobs. And then there's some scrimshaw jewelry, which is fishbone jewelry that they make far to the north. It's rather rare down here.
Well, how much for one of those? Those jewelry things. I bet my ma would like one.
Oh, Mingo, very grateful. You give me big bug leg, I give you this one.
And he holds up a single earring, and it is made of the scrimshaw, and it's in the shape of a unicorn.
Yeah, that's real fine. I'll take that. Thank you, sir.
Ah, yes.
As he hands it to you, he slaps the tailgate back up, and the whole cart just kind of like collapses in back on itself, and he leaps over at the big insect leg and just starts tearing into it.
I think that's my cue to go. You have a fantastic night. Maybe find a different path. The desert gets real cold tonight, sir.
Mingo.
All right.
Hey,
And you make your way through town and back to your house.
sounds delightful. Are mom and pa waiting up for me? Blacking out.
Yeah, we're blacking out for right now.
Good.
I mean, I hope we're not blacking out. We're fading to black.
I just pass out when I get home.
That's fine
There
too.
was actually venom in that bug leg.
Session 1, we find out that Ty has like a serious brain aneurysm.
Well, he did get stung on the head as a kid. All right, let's get to our gentle Avenger here. Kaneko.
Yeah, it's getting real choppy. I'm gonna try to participate as much as I can here, but it's like I heard like maybe a third of what was going on with his situation.
Can you hear me now clearly, Kaneko?
I can hear you now. Yeah, so I think we're good for now.
Okay, well, you can always go back and rewatch them. I'm gonna post these as a series on YouTube. So,
Cool.
Kaneko, you and your father make your way to the outskirts of town, and you go through a small farm field. It's actually a cherry orchard, and they are in blossom right now. So there's just a myriad of pink cherry blossoms swirling. Ooh, that's a little loud. Swirling down around the two of you in the moonlight as you make your way into your home. Your guys' home is in the attic of a farmer's barn.
Okay.
And your father has a good deal with the farmer. He pays him every month, and you guys get to hole out in this barn. The attic has been outfitted, or it basically, for lack of a better term, looks like a dojo. Your pops has been training you in here in the art of stealth and teaching you how to fight and survive. As you
Hell
guys enter the room, your father, he takes off his cloak and he drops the money in his weapons belt and his toolkit and everything off, and he hangs it up on, very you're very meticulous and very organization oriented. He's got a place for everything and everything in its place, and he goes and puts all those things back where they go. And I imagine you have a similar setup.
My setup is similar, but I'm definitely not at the I'm definitely not at the organization part that he is at this point, and I'm kind of just like halfway doing what he's doing, but kind of just like ready to blow my load about like this whole heist thing. He finally took me out the first time we're going out there, and I'm hyped, and I'm just like, Dad, that was crazy. Did you see I dodged the arrows? Like, I'm real hyped about it.
Little Kanako, you did very good, my boy. As you look at your pops, he turns back into his fox form, and his shoulders kind of slump, and you see him wobble on his feet.
Dad, are you okay? You didn't get hit by an arrow, did you?
No. I am fine, my son. Come. And he kind of wraps his paw around your shoulder, and he leads you
As
over.
soon as he does that,
Oh,
I
sorry.
snap into my fox form
Excellent.
because I was still in my human form.
Yeah, excellent. And he leads you over to your guys' kind of dining chair area, and he pulls a chair out and he props it over next to his cot, and he sits on his cot. He tucks the money underneath his cot, and he...
Hey, Firestone, welcome back.
Ah, you're back, and you've got camera. Excellent.
I made it.
Hey, yo.
My son, Kanako, you did very good tonight. I think it is time for me, my boy.
What do you mean?
I've taught you much. There's still so much I could teach you, though. That will be my last heist, son. You see how we work? You have been tested. I know that you will carry on just fine.
Dad, what do you mean? That can't be your last heist.
Ah, yes. There's the time that an old fox must retire. Tomorrow we will make the journey to the top of the mountain. We will visit your mother's grave. Get some rest.
Really?
Yes, my son. Get some rest.
It's been so long. You don't want to talk about the day?
I do have to say it was really impressive when that nobleman came into the room and you hid yourself behind the curtains. I thought you were as thin as paper for a moment.
You used the cloak just like you said. I covered everything. It was great.
You did me very proud, boy. Very proud. And he kind of reaches out and he, rubs his paw on the tip of your nose, giving you a little boop.
Dad.
As he's as he's leaning back, he kind of like tilts back into his bed, and he quickly whips out and he whips a throwing knife at you.
I immediately try to like dodge out of the way.
Yeah, as you do, you dodge it just to the side, and it comes across, and it just opens a small red line across your face, just like right on the edge. Yes, you're ready. And you see your father's struggling to stay awake at this point.
I like begrudgingly go like pick up the throwing knife.
Yeah, it's
for where it was, like,
embedded. It's embedded in the wall.
on the
Yeah.
wall. Yeah, I like immediately like take it out and I walk over to him and I'm like, I really gotta stop doing that. I got it. Like I get it.
He's already
And
fallen
then-
into a deep sleep.
I throw it down and it like sticks into the wood right by his bed.
Excellent. As you study your father, he appears to have aged like 10 years just in this one night.
Wow. Okay. Then I'm like immediately trying to like I'll probably walk away thinking I'm just like I don't know, seeing things, and then I'll come back after getting a little bit to drink.
Yeah,
And then
the fur around his face, when kitsune age, they get a lot of gray in their face.
Yeah.
His gray has spread from just his snout to encompassing his eyes and almost touching back to his ears.
I'm gonna try to like roll him back over and kind of like study him a bit, like real closely in the face, and get like super close see that it's weird, and then like back up and like start like shaking them like a dog trying to wake up like their owner when they're sleeping.
Go to sleep, and he boops you really hard on your snout.
No, Dad, look. And I'll like take a pot or a pan or something with like a silver reflection, and I'll hold it up to him and I'll show him that he's aging.
Um, for a brief moment, it appears as if his eyes widen, but quickly his gaze turns steely. Yes, you see what happens when you interrupt my sleep, Kanako? I look like an old man.
Look, the beauty rest thing, it's getting old, Dad. Come on. It's like a every other night thing.
We will talk in the morning, boy. You see his eyes are steely and hard. He's usually pretty like gentle with you, and he's looking at you with really hard eyes. That's all I can say.
I kind of like sulk a little bit, realizing that he's just not gonna respond to me, and I'll put the pot down and I'll go lay in my little bed,
Excellent.
try to get some sleep.
All right. The night passes and the sun rises. You know what I didn't do over here? Oops. There we go. Remember to do that. And the sun rises, and you're woken up by 3 hard raps to the back of your neck. Tap, tap, tap. You're woken up this way almost every morning by your father.
I give one of those. What? This early?
And he jabs you in the gut.
Okay.
Get up, Kanako. We have a long journey ahead of us.
All right. I'm getting up.
Your father's voice sounds a lot more raspy, and as you open your eyes and look at him, you can see that he has the appearance of Kitsune in their like last stages of life. His hair has turned snowy white, and he appears kind of hunched over. Come, boy. We have a long travel to make. He has an old walking stick that was his father's, and he's holding that now and kind of leaning on it heavily.
Dad, why are you using Grandpa's staff? You've never used that.
It is a long walk. I am feeling rather weary, boy.
You look weary.
Come,
What's wrong with
let us go see your mother.
Okay.
You see him grab several incense off of the table, and he grabs a little pouch that's got it's like the little bundle, the little hobo sack, and he's got some food and stuff in there, and he puts it on the stick, and he kind of straightens his shoulders, and you see he kind of invigorates a little more, like there's some more life in his bones. And he throws the stick. He throws the stick over his shoulder, kind of in the hobo satchel style, and he says, "I'll race you to the foot of the mountain."
With you leaning over like that, I think I'll get you this time, Dad.
As you say that, he leaps out of the barn window that's like up with you guys.
Hey, every time. And then I'll try to do the same thing, just not as gracefully out the window.
Yeah, give me a dexterity check, and you hear your dad. You hear your dad laughing as he leaps out the window.
We go through. Let's see. Checks, dexterity. Oh no, I might have to reload Foundry because my internet was freaking out earlier.
All right, so I'm just gonna go with a base. You land hard into a lump and kind of do like a really awkward like tumble, like trying to roll and break your fall, and you just end up face first in a pile of mud.
Oh, God, why is there always a mud pit right there? God.
As you as you look up and kind of like wipe some of the mud from your face, you see your dad like halfway up the trail towards the mountain already.
I do one of those like aggressive like dog head shakes where I'm just like shaking everything off. I like throw the cloak behind me, and I just like take off in like a full sprint, trying to catch up as quick as I can.
Awesome. Yeah, you managed to catch up with him, and the two of you make your way up a rather rocky and winding trail, passing by many shrines. Most of the shrines paying homage to the common gods of art and wealth that Zengare is known for. The cherry blossom trees cover this mountain, interspersed with pine trees, and the ones along the road appear to have been expertly worked on. You know that your father, in his spare time, comes out here and trims the cherry blossom trees, shaping them. In one season cycle, he makes it all the way up the mountain, and then the next season he starts again, continuing.
And kind of knowing this, I'll just like, as we're going up the mountain, I'm just gonna kind of like touch the trees as I go by him, like remembering the different times he's gone up here and come back, and just kind of like looking at, more or less like connecting with the nature as I go.
Yeah, the last couple seasons he's taken you with him to help with a lot of the work as well.
Yeah.
And he's shown you that it is an art form to take care of them and to make sure that you have a little flashback, in fact, of this last summer when you guys were working on them. And you remember him saying, "Now you must respect the tree. If we take too much, it will be hurt, and it will be crippled, and it will not grow as beautifully the next season. But if we take too little, it will be weighed down by the excess. We must know when to cut just right." And he takes a quick slice with his sword. "Just like in combat, there can be no waste. Precision, my son." And you kind of shake your head and you come out of the flashback, and you see your father has stopped and he's admiring one of the trees that you actually worked on.
I'll like trot back up and catch up to him.
All right. And we're going to fade to black and go to our little gnome friend again. And yes, Laser Daddy, this is ancient Eltigrad. Guys, go ahead and take a quick pee break. We're gonna be back in like 2 minutes.
Sounds good.
Wait.
And I'm gonna be here to answer questions for the stream. What's up, guys?
BRB.
Laser Daddy, is that you, Zampano? No. Who's Laser Daddy? Yeah, this is for everyone watching. I run oh, nice. What's up, Zomp? Yeah, this is Eltigrad 8,000 years before you guys were your character's quest. This is what it looks like. There's let me zoom out for you. There's good old Eltigrad long ago. Thank you guys all so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. This is something that I want to do. We're probably going to do 3 on, 1 off. Hey, what's up, Spankster? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Just shoot me a DM in Discord. You know I'm always there to chat. Hey, we appreciate you, Lazy Daddy. Much love, buddy. I hope you have a great night. This is a campaign that I want to make into a long-running series. This is going to be our Friday night stream sesh. Who knows? You can never put a cap on it. Who knows how long it's going to run? But I'll be doing 3 on, 1 off Fridays. And then later on, when Firestone starts running his campaign, we might switch to every other week. I'm going to play it by ear and see how things go. Right now, we're running through our characters' backstories. And yeah. Drop any questions in the chat right now. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Oh wow, you're so everyone's just stuck with me now. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
All right. Well, hello. Apparently, I now have control over all important things. So realistically, you guys should ask lots of questions. Oh, and actually, Spankster, regarding Void stuff, I'm Chaos Spirits. I'm the dude that's doing the administrative stuff. Heckin', if you want to do scheduling stuff, obviously talk to Seb about it. I'm literally just there to facilitate and like organize people. Like not doing anything with the campaign or anything else like that. But yeah, if you want to go over like scheduling stuff, I'm pretty sure you were the one that said that you want to be doing Mondays, so that's why we're alternating Saturdays and Mondays and all that shit. Yeah, ask questions about that. Feel free. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Hi, welcome back.
We back. What does the
Firestone left
fox
again.
say? What does the fox say? I don't know what foxes say. What sound does a
don't.
fox make? That wasn't on my speak and see when I was a kid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, obviously.
Excuse me. All right,
Otherwise, what is my point of being here?
True.
What's up?
It's true.
let's get Little Nabiri's theme song going.
That sounds good. I think I should just talk like this from now on.
Well, I was gonna use it for like.
All right, everyone back? Oh, we're still waiting on our foxy friend here. How you guys enjoying so far? Just lots of role play for this session one. You know, kind of building up who these characters are, giving you a taste in their backstory. We've got another hour and a half that we're gonna run this, so get through a little bit today,
Woo!
Sounds good.
and then
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
be
enjoying
back. We'll be back next Friday. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chaos.
No, I was just gonna say I'm definitely enjoying it. You know, it's fun. Yeah, it's chill. It's chill.
Yeah.
I like I like the different overtones of the backstories that we have going on because I feel like mine is just so fucking lighthearted, and I'm like, yeah, like sounds about right. And it,
fun and musical.
Yes. yes, that's the goal. That's the we need that balance here. You know, we can't have every single person like, you know. I feel like Ty is gonna be a good like middle area, like not too happy, not too sad. I feel I feel I feel like Rogan is just gonna be consistent like angst, which I'm really excited for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good balance.
We've
Yours
got a
is funny
great
'cause
mix.
Absolutely. It's like fun and whimsical and like you get cool stuff like magic with grandpa. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a good boy. I'm learning things, but you know, also some people are mean to me. And then we get to Glowpaint. His dad's dying,
My dad's dying.
stealing things.
Dude, he's like, he's super into it, but super like, what the fuck is going on? Because he's like, is this just another dumb training
Dude,
exercise? Or, like, what's
I'm
actually
so
happening? He's
excited
still trying to
find
like
out
figure
what's
that
actually
out.
happening with your shit. I'm so excited to find out.
It's crazy.
All right. Little Nabiri.
Hi.
You guys have come home and you've been playing with your arcane focus all afternoon. Tell me a couple of things you've done with it.
Oh,
Sure.
100%. Tried to copy
Like when they're acting
everything,
all day.
everything in that magic shop that I saw, like the fork and the spoon and the chair, like trying to like draw that and like reimagine and picture all of the like the scenery, because in itself, like because of the quirkiness of it, and just trying to like reimagine and redraw like the exact situation and location of that main room.
Okay.
And then also, you know, as we were walking back, just kind of like whenever I saw someone with an interesting face, just like doing a quick sketch of them in the air with the brush.
Roll me an Arcana, please. Grandpa Paulo has been absolutely ecstatic with what you're doing, by the way. This type of magic is incredibly rare, and not a lot of people practice it.
What can I say? I'm very special.
Oh, hey, you have attuned to this thing magnificently. It has become an extension of yourself. And I know you kind of you said your art's like not super good, so it's as good as you want it to be, basically.
I am absolutely the most amazing artist you have ever seen. It just seems that the public does not appreciate my gifts.
Your impressionistic views. Oh, magnificent little Nabiri. You do a great job there. I love it. Come, let's grab a snack on our way home. You guys grab a couple little fuck it, we'll just say some sweet rolls. And you guys hit the banks of a nearby stream that flows out into the bay. And you guys kind of hang out there while he watches you paint and just kind of like occasionally cackles and laughs and stuff like that. As you guys are hanging out, enjoying the afternoon, the sun's starting to dip a little bit. Behind you, you hear what can only be described as an altercation. It sounds like a very aggressive man is screaming at someone. I imagine it piques your interest and you turn around.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Turn around immediately, and then before even fully recognizing what's going on, yelling and saying, "Grandfather, what's going on there?" And just like if he's not hearing it, trying to call his attention to the situation as well.
Yeah, your grandpapa turns around as well, and you see an orcus, and the orcus is really well dressed. He is in like gentleman's clothing, and oh snap, he's in gentleman's clothing, and he's got like a monocle and a very fine walking stick and a very, very well-tailored cloak. And now the orcus in this world, orcus are kind of an offshoot of orcs. He stands roughly 7 foot tall and is just completely ripped, right? This one has red skin. They do not have big protruding tusks or anything like that. Their canines, their lower canines are a little bit longer, and their upper canines are a little bit longer. He's talking in a very gentlemanly voice. Now, sir, I do believe that it was you who caused this trouble here, and I need an apology from you right away. And opposite of him are a group of very dirty and savage-looking humans. They appear to be dressed in kind of tribal clothing. From books that you've read, you would guess that these are isolationists. These are people who you've seen them from time to time. They come in to trade every now and again, but these are the hill people. These are the people that live outside of civilized society and kind of have their own little tribal groups, and they tend to be very, for lack of a better term, racist.
Okay.
He's kind of grunting and groaning, and in between them, you see that there's a table that was knocked over, and on the ground there are several dishes that are broken, and there's food all over the ground. You can see that the man has a large dog that he's kind of trying to like hold from eating all the food up.
You're talking about the orcus. The orcus has a large dog.
No, the orcus is a fine gentleman who was sitting down to enjoy a meal. No, I'm just kidding. The human is holding the dog.
Okay. So these isolationists, would I know anything about religious beliefs or any sort of things that could help me engage a conversation that would strike as more friendly than just going in there and saying, "Hey"?
Why don't you roll me a history check?
Oh.
Come here, you.
All right. You can tell humans in particular are very, very fond of dogs, and human isolationists tend to not like being talked down to. They have an arrogance about them, and the way that they apologize is usually with an arm wrestling match, and whoever the winner is like kind of gets to dictate the terms of the apology. Basically, like if they do something wrong and they win the arm wrestling match, they don't have to apologize.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you can see that the human's like holding his hands up, like slapping his bicep, like ah. And the orc gentleman's just like, sir, I do not know what you want. Can you use your words, please?
Okay. I have one more question, then I have and then I have an idea of what I want to do. The dog. Do I recognize the breed of the dog? Like, is it a specific breed that I could possibly be able to copy or recreate?
It's a wolfhound.
Okay. Okay. I want to cast Silent Image, and I want to cast a Silent Image of a wolfhound. Looks a little younger, little smaller, but like still like right by my grandfather Paulo and I. And then after casting that, I would like to slowly walk up and say, Excuse me, my grandfather and my pet and I were just trying to enjoy the evening, and we see that you guys are having an issue. Is there anything we can help you with?"
As you do that, you see your grandfather smiling really wildly, and he waggles his fingers, and you hear barking coming from the wolfhound.
Cool.
Yes, the Orcus, he kind of waves his walking stick. This gentleman's beast has interrupted our meal, and all I'm asking for is a simple apology, and maybe he could purchase us a new... Well, I don't need any money from him, it does not look like he has it, but a simple apology is all that I require, and put your dog on a leash, please. I don't know what all this hand gesturing is. And you can see the human kind of grunting, stupid man. Vessel.
Okay. I kind of like look at both of them, and I look at the human first and try to say in a very respectfully tone, I know this is a very frustrating situation for you, and I understand that this man over here is not understanding how you deal with conflict and how you deal with issues. Would you allow me to broker a deal on behalf of you to solve this issue peacefully?
This is to the human or the Orcus?
This is to the human.
Little man. Yeah. Yes, we handle with strength. My dog did no wrong. He does not know any better. He was hungry.
Well, I completely understand. As a pet owner myself, and I point again to the image that I've conjured.
Oh.
I know the difficulties of possibly like training and then also bringing a pet into new spaces where they get overwhelmed by the senses. But I do also know that because this gentleman feels like he's in the right, he might not be willing to compromise the way that your people are used to. And so I'm wondering if we could come together and reach a compromise that everyone can be happy with.
I see you have many honeyed words. All we need is a mutual understanding. Roll me a persuasion.
Can I roll a deception because I'm technically lying to them about the dog?
Sure.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say you're trying to deceive him about coming to a compromise, though. He doesn't really care
True.
about the dog thing. He buys you at face value there. Roll me a
Then-
persuasion, please.
Sounds good.
Very well. How does this gentleman, as he does air quotes and kind of bites at the words, receive apologies?
Well, I believe he is asking for a simple sorry, and I do believe, and I'm going to look at the Orcus now, and I do believe, sir, you also requested compensation, but could we maybe recognize that these people don't understand compensation the way that people in Amon do? So could we...
Yes. This has wasted enough of my time. A simple sorry will do.
Sir, as I'm going to say to the Orcus, I recognize that this might be a waste of your time, but these people have a serious amount of pride and a serious amount of respect for themselves, and if you don't give that to them, then I don't believe that you're deserving of their apology at all.
And who do you think you are, little man?
I don't think I'm anyone, but I don't think that you're anyone to be dictating terms either.
He kind of whips the stick under his arm. Very well, I will humbly accept their apology. Is that good enough?
I turn to the humans and said, "Is that okay with you?"
He grunts. We are sorry that your delicious food has fallen to the ground because of my magnificent hound. And he grunts back at one of his friends, and they come forth with a very large, basically, like, imagine the cartoon, like, fucking giant femur with the meat in the center.
Yeah.
And he says, please accept this. And he sticks it out, kind of like holding it right to the Orcus's chest.
What does the Orcus do?
He looks down at it disdainfully and holds both of his hands out, reaches them back and pulls off his gloves, and then reaches his hands out. Yes, thank you. And have a very nice day. And he turns and walks back into the restaurant. The human looks at you and he goes, good job, little man. And he pats you on the head really hard. Now, let's go play with your puppy. And him and his hound dog start heading over towards your,
Yeah. Actually, she's not fully trained yet, and while I appreciate the socialization, we're actually trying to teach her proper manners, so she needs space right now. I appreciate it. Would you be willing another time to maybe set up a socialization? Like, when do you come back to town next time?
Yes, in the future, we will find you. We have things to do. You're right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much for talking.
All right. Good job there, bud.
Gives him the pity, don't call me, I'll call you.
Yeah, right. After this event is over, you turn to like walk back towards your grandpa, and the spell dissipates. You feel a strong hand clamp on your shoulder from behind.
Okay. I turn around and see who's clamping on my shoulder.
You follow the arm up to a rather tall and impressive-looking human. He's got a cloak pulled back, and it's like this really magnificent red cloak. And he's wearing silver-plated armor. The trim is green and gold filigree running the lengths of it. Embossed with different draconic engravings on it. You see in his... Sorry, one sec. You see in his opposite hand that he's holding a stone that's glowing purple and white. It's kind of like shifting between purple and white. And he looks down at you. He's got a neatly trimmed black beard, rather handsome features, and short cropped black hair parted to the side. Kind of looks like our boy Miles here.
I thought you were just copying yourself there for a second. I was like, damn, sounds like my DM.
Or me. What's up? I just don't have the beard. Your beard is really sexy. That's all I'm trying to say. So imagine his beard on me, and we're good to go.
All right, cool.
Glow paint? Gosh, Sev.
He said his name in the beginning, okay?
That's true, he did.
Oh, I wasn't here.
And also, my name's Steven. You can find that out. I advertised on my Facebook. Not a big deal. Dox me all you want. All right, sorry. Back into it. He's smiling really widely down at you. You can also see the magnificent hilt of a sword at his hip.
Okay. Before I say or do anything, I kind of like turn back quickly to see what my grandfather, how he's acting.
Your grandfather is approaching with very wide eyes.
Okay. I look back at this hooded cloak.
He threw
armored.
the hood. He has the hood back.
well,
He's got a large cloak on him. Yeah.
This cloaked, armored, like clearly very stylish individual. And I just look at him and I'm just like, hi.
Hello, my friend. And what is your name?
It's Sal. What's your name?
I am known as Garrick Hothsbane, and you, my friend, are coming with me.
I
Stranger danger.
I immediately look over at my grandfather and say, Grandpa, help!
Ah. As your grandfather's walking up, you see his like alarmed face turn into a very wide smile. Garrick? I'm sorry. Garrick. Apollo. It is good to see you, my old friend. How long's it been? 50 years now? Yes, since I was training in Selendir. You look very well. Does that mean what I think it means? Yes. It appears that this is your grandson. Yes, he is. Well, it appears that he's one of our candidates. Oh, what an honor. And you see your grandfather kind of bow his head very quickly.
Okay. I don't bow, but I kind of like get a little more comfortable with the fact. I'm assuming his arm is still on my shoulder.
Clamped like iron.
Okay. I get a little more comfortable with that very strong feeling. And I kind of just like, so what's going on?
You, my friend, have a very, very rare opportunity presented before you. Of course, you know of the Drayvin Kalva. Let's see if I can say it right.
Yeah, of course I do. But what does and then I kind of like glean something for a second. I'm saying, wait, what's in your hand?
And this, my friend, is the heart stone of the very first dragon. And he kind of reaches around his grip and he gets you by the neck and he crouches down and pulls you in close and he holds it close to your face and it starts shimmering white and purple like pulsations very brightly.
I'm completely stunned and just kind of say, okay. Why is it doing that with me right next to it?
It appears that you are an acceptable candidate. Now, why don't you head home, talk to your family, decide on what you're going to do. I will be at the Red Feather Inn, awaiting your return. I leave tomorrow. Don't be late.
Okay.
If you turn it down, I doubt there will be another opportunity for me to give you a lift. And the choosing ceremony is rather soon. You wouldn't want to miss it. There are other candidates who have been chosen.
Okay. Thanks. I'll get back to you. Yeah.
He pats you on the head and then turns with a flourish of his cloak and saunters off down the road. You just kind of hear a hearty laugh from him as he leaves.
Well, I'm looking at my grandfather completely confused as to what the fuck just happened.
I want to note that while he was like looking at the stone with you, his eyes were like really big and sparkly.
Cool.
All right, fade to black.
To black.
I also want to note that Kaneko's session that's been going on is happening like 6 years before your guys's.
I kind of assumed, yeah.
Shit, okay.
I mean, unless Kaneko's just gonna be a child when we're playing. I don't know.
Hey guys.
Teenager angst, guys.
All right, back to our hopeful night.
That's me.
Yeah, I was initially gonna do this session where I was like taking you guys all individually alone and doing this, but I decided like I do that for my my personal homebrew sessions, like my Sunday sessions, but I decided it might not be as entertaining for everybody involved.
I think this is really enjoyable just because I'm also getting to hear more about other people, and it also gives me a sense, even though we're not interacting, it gives me a sense as to how like both of you guys are going to kind of play your characters, and hopefully it's giving you a sense as to how the fuck I'm gonna be playing mine. So
it's like a good 0.5 session right now. It's like in
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the first and 0. It's good.
yeah, it's nice because I'm like well aware, like we're learning how we solve problems in a certain setting, and we're learning how we talk, and it's good. I like it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too.
All right, Mr. Ty.
That's me.
As you,
My next character, by the way, is 1000% gonna have a southern draw. It's amazing.
You're too excited about it.
Yeah, you come in. Your mom and your pa are making dinner, or they've actually got dinner on the table already for you.
I am so sorry I'm late.
Ah, boy, it's
I
all right. Was you getting
apologize.
in some of that sword training?
Yeah, it was, Ma.
Oh,
And,
that was your dad, but okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Pa. I didn't see you. You were in a different room, apparently.
Oh, sweetie.
I
Oh, sweetie,
promise
it's
that.
okay. Some say we get a little mixed up sometimes. It's all right, darling.
It's
I
the
think
brain
more I get a
aneurysm.
little mixed up, but I appreciate that, Ma. I appreciate that very much.
Now, come on, sit down. We got some of that kern pudding right here for you.
Oh, God. All right. Well, that changed. I am so excited. It's more Irish than anything else.
Yeah, you went Irish there, huh?
I did. I'm in the other character.
Get out of there.
Anyway.
Now, how'd your sword training go today? Did you learn any of them fancy maneuvers? Ha! Hwa! Ha! And your dad kind of comes at you and starts throwing some punches and such.
Dad, I don't think I ever described my character.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please describe your character.
Yeah, no worries. Just thought crossed my brain. I am 6'2", dirty blonde hair, tied down in like a little man bun. I have kind of speckled skin, white and with some darker blotches. Pretty much my whole body, except for it kind of rides up on the neck. It's a little bit of actual skin condition, but most of it is just random tan spots from being bad at like covering myself when the sun comes out. I have these blue eyes with black speckles in them, and
Purdy.
pointed ears that are a little bit too big for my head, but that's okay.
I would say that they're probably like the elves in the albaz in this world have like 1 foot to 2 foot long ears.
Yeah.
So
they're
what are you
huge.
rocking, like 3-inch
Yeah,
ears, 3-inch ears, 2-inch ears? Are they more smaller?
Yeah, just a bit smaller than
All right.
that. Oh goodness. Sorry, guys.
Is everyone okay? Jesus.
I'm gonna help out over there. Just a second.
All right, we'll jump over to Kaneko.
Yeah.
That sounded like a mess and a half. All right.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good.
All right, my friend, Kaneko. You and your father make your way to the top. I'm so sorry. Your father is waiting at this cherry blossom tree and kind of admiring it, and it's one that you worked on specifically. And he waits for you to catch up to him.
I'm gonna try as best as I can to like sneak up on him. and
Ooh,
I
roll
wanna
me a stealth.
through the
Yeah.
yeah, I want to try to like catch him off guard.
All right, it's a fairly high DC, but I want to see if you can pull it off. All right.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I want to like slowly creep up on him, like from like branch to branch almost, and just like come down on him and see if I can spook him or something.
Yeah, you leap from cherry blossom tree to cherry blossom tree, and on your last leap, you do like a little spin and you launch out of the air at him, and you knock him over in a tumble and a roll, and you hear him go, "Ah, Kanako!" And he pops up and like rolls over, and he's got you pinned, and he's like, you see that he's got the biggest grin on his face. You were so quiet, I couldn't even sense your presence. Very
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very good, my son. You did. You can see tears starting to like well up in his eyes.
it's just like the best day ever because that was one of the first times I could sneak up on him. But then I see as he's doing that, he still looks super old, and I'm like, Dad, like, is this still like, is this actually you? And I start to touch his face and see if it's like one of his many illusions or if this is like actually him.
Yeah, he kind of flinches back and um he says, "Ah, yeah, you got me." And you kind of like touch his face and he pulls back and pushes your hands down and you see him shake his fur and it turns back to its normal state. Just trying to make you think your old man was off guard.
You really had me fooled with that one. That's never seen it change like that.
Ah, it was good. This old man still has some tricks, Kanako. Now, come on. Let us hurry. We want to get there before noon.
Okay.
And you guys continue up the hill. The whole way, you and your dad basically play like tag and hide and seek. Like foxes running
awesome.
through the trees and dipping down like, among the roots, popping up, running along the trail, trying to like ninja stealth. You got like the curtain pulled up. Just tag and hide and seek, and you've never had a day where you've managed to catch your dad so many times, but he also manages to catch you almost every time. Finally, you guys make your way nearly to the top of the hill, and you find the shrine that is dedicated to your mother. And there's a small carving of a really beautiful kitsune in it. And your father, he, kind of gets very solemn for a moment, and he sits down and takes his like kind of, sits down folded on his legs, and he removes the satchel and pulls out the incense, and he places it in the little stone vase that is there. And he takes out a small brush and he starts brushing off all the dirt and all of the leaves and all of the stuff along it. And he puts his paws together and he looks over to you and to see what you're doing as well.
I usually hang back a little bit and like let him take care of it because that's his thing. Like he always wants to go up and clean it off and make it look pretty and nice. And after he's done, that's when I'll come up and I'll kind of sit cross-legged beside him.
He bows his head and lights the incense, and he kind of starts praying. He whispers to Nessa and Leah. He prays to the moon goddesses, the twin sisters that, not twin sisters, the two sisters that, circle the planet. And he bows his head. Nessa, sister of strength, I hope that you have guided my love to her home. And Leah, sister of beauty, I hope that you play beautiful music for her while she resides in your garden. I wait for the day that I will come and see you, my love. Our little boy has grown. He is rather magnificent. I hope that he lives a brighter future than either of us. Say your prayers, Kanako.
You kind of give him one of like the nudges in the ribs as he's like going through all that. I'm just like, all right, stop. It's hyping me up too much, Dad, type of thing. But
you have a long way to go. Don't worry.
Mom, I've never met you, and this is all kind of weird for me. But with how much Dad talks about you, I can't help but imagine how great you would have been and how happy you would have been of me today to finally capture Dad. and I'll just kind of like take some of the dirt and I'll kind of like sprinkle it on the gravesite.
Excellent. Your father turns and faces you, and he opens up the lunchbox, and he places like one portion on your mother's shrine, and then he gives you one portion and takes one portion, and you guys kind of spend the next hour eating, and he tells you the stories of how, you know, him and your mother met. He was a, you know, pretty third-rate thief at the time, and he was trying to snatch the wrong purse, and she chased him down and tackled him, and instead of turning him into the guards, she ended up making him her sweetie pie.
Ooh, that's cute. That's cute.
After a while, you guys have been up there for a long time. He's just been telling you stories of his life, of his capers, of your mother. You see, as the sun dips and like the last bits of sunlight kind of touch on your father's face, he coughs. And he, as he coughs, you see an illusion break, and he looks just as withered and old as he did this morning, if not older.
As soon as I see that, I'm gonna like pounce on him again, just directly right there, and like put both hands on his face and try to push through the illusion.
It's no illusion, my son. And he takes your paws in his paws and kind of pushes them off. Sit. I have important things to tell you now, boy. My little cub. He takes off his necklace, and you see that he's got a token. Why don't you describe the token?
This is a Phantom of the Moon token. That is kind of like a very dark, kind of like grayish purple, mixed with blacks, like kind of pearls going through with, I would say probably, I don't know, is that a silver dollar size? I don't know how to put this in my hands here. Yeah, like a decent size token, and I've only seen it when he takes off his armor at the end of the day, and then he sticks it beneath his shirt and never talks about it. But it's a like a deep purple token basically, and it's just got like a picture of a hooded moon.
Excellent. Are there two moons, perhaps?
I would say that they're
On each side, maybe a smaller moon on one side and a large moon on the other, just to like flavor it for Eltigrad.
I like that. Yeah, the little two moons. I like that. Yeah.
All right, cool. Come, bow your head.
Looking at him, I'll slowly lower my head down.
He drapes it across your shoulders, and you're now wearing the token. You have been trained as well as I could train you in these 10 years. The rest you'll have to do for yourself, my boy. Damn. Should we go to Channel of Secrets for this?
You could. Got
Alright.
a little secrets.
Yeah, let's actually I'm gonna have the other gentleman exit and go into the Channel of Secrets so that I don't have to mess with the
Ooh.
We're
gonna tell our secret.
Alright. Long ago, little Kanako, your mother became very ill. And I gathered up my fortune. I sold my home. And I took it to a man who promised me that he would save her. He took my gold. But it was not equivalent to a life. He bargained with me that day and told me that if I wished to save my love, my two loves, for she was heavily pregnant with you, my child, that I would need to sacrifice something of equivalent value. That day I offered the rest of my lifespan.
Dad?
He gave me 10 years to live and offered to spare the two of you with his dark magics.
Well,
He kind of starts choking up and like tears welling in his eyes. But I did not know he would betray me. He took your mother's life too.
you told me she died in a fire.
A foolish lie from a foolish fox, boy. I am sorry, little Kanako, but I am leaving you. As soon as Nessa crests the horizon, my life will end.
Oh, what are you talking about? We just trained today.
Shh, you must find him. You must find him and avenge us. I couldn't take any time to do it, for I had to train you for this life. His name is
Who is
Zane.
this person?
His name is Zane Renatas. He is a human, and he practices devilish magics.
Zane?
You see your father, like gripped in tears, kind of leaning forward. I've taught you all that I could, my boy. You are fast, and you are clever, and you are strong, and you will make an amazing, amazing thief. I would hope that you would shoot for higher aspirations, but never forget what I have taught you. I have taught you how to survive in this world. Follow the moons. They will not steer you wrong.
Dad, what does this mean? What do you mean you're leaving? You can't. This Mom was supposed to live if you died. What do I do?
There's a small fortune underneath my bed. You know how to live. You have met Shen now. You steal, take it to him. If you can find better means, do so. Your fate is your own now, little Kanako. I love you. And he reaches out to brush your fur. He collapses into you.
I catch him, and then I like kind of lay or roll into him and try to roll him over and then shake him to wake up.
Yeah, he's breathing really raggedly. Follow the moons, little Kanako. Spirits will guide you. Go to see your mother now. Do not be sad. And you see him aging rather rapidly before your eyes.
I'm just like head to fur, like burying myself into him, trying to like wake him up or bring him back.
Love you, son. Sad. See you.
I would say that I would like just melt there for the rest of the day. And I'm laying there, I'd like push him up against a tree and just trying to stay with him.
Yeah, he's gone, and you spend the night doing so. As you have him like kind of up against the tree and you're doing your thing, you notice several little blue fairy lights kind of hovering over his shoulder behind the tree, and they come and they swirl around you.
I'll watch him dance around and I'll try to like see what they are, like unsure of if it's good or bad.
They swirl around you for a moment, and then they swirl around your father's body, and they kind of form up into a little dragonfly. Like all three of them merge together into a dragonfly, and it comes forward and it boops you on your snout. And when it boops you, it leaves like a little sparkly dust, and then it shoots off, going further along the path.
I'll wipe the tickle off my nose, and I'll look down at my dad, and I'll look back into the forest. I'm assuming is where the fairy lights went.
Yes.
I'll kind of just do like the look back and forth, and then I'll follow into the forest and follow the lights.
All right, and we will fade to black there.
Can I just say that everything loves to boop Kaneko's snoot? That makes me very happy.
It's gonna be a campaign of boop and snoots.
Really, what it is, the DM likes to boop his snoot, and so that's just.
No, I think some snoot booping is in order.
Definitely gonna boop that.
If we have a cute ass fox person and we don't boop snoot, we're not doing it right.
We're not doing it right. No, I agree. The snoot needs to be booped consistently. I also appreciate how we came right back in, and I had absolutely no idea what was happening. It was great.
No
I really
clue.
no idea.
Like, oh,
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, and the dad's dead now. Okay, cool. I'm glad we went from
0 to 100 real quick, man. That's way
yeah,
backstory.
shit.
If you going off into the forest,
dude, if you kill off Paulo in the first session, man, oof. I don't know if Sal's gonna be able to take that.
You definitely have to wait till like midway through campaign to do that.
Hey, you don't tell me how to run my campaign, all right?
Session 2, I'd be okay with session 2, but session 1, I don't know. Ooh, that'd be
Welcome
something. Anyway,
to Eldegrad, you son of a bitch.
welcome to Eldegrad. Everyone's parents and grandparents die.
Welcome to hell.
Eltegrad's a savage ass place. That's all I'm gonna say. This Eltegrad is a little bit different, though. This is ancient Eltegrad. It's a little more forgiving, a little nicer.
Damn straight.
It's real
Just
kind
like-
of you.
Just a little bit.
I'm an exotic gnome painter. It better be nice to me.
See how it goes. All right.
See how it goes, city boy.
Let's get back to our hopeful knight down there. Now, did you learn some of them fancy sword maneuvers there, boy? And he comes at you, kind of doing some fancy attacks.
You know that tickles. Stop that.
You still ain't faster than your pa.
Oh no, you're the fastest in the land.
You know it. All right, come on, let's get some of this corn pudding. Oh, sorry. And your dad like sits down and just starts digging into his plate.
I helped a goblin guy from his cart got stuck, but he gave me something nice for it, and I don't have any use for jewelry, so here you go.
Oh my word, that is the loveliest thing I've ever seen. You are such a sweet boy. I'll put it on right now.
And she doesn't even have her ears pierced, and she just stabs it through her ear.
Oh, how's it look?
Excellent.
What do you think? Oh, that looks really nice there, honey.
Looks real nice.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying that. But yeah, I learned some sword things. Some as he puts it, sword play.
Oh, is that what they call it? Yeah, y'all just playing out there.
Yeah, that's the fancy word for it. Play.
And how's that big old feller doing, huh? He doing all right?
Doing good. He really just told me some stories today, and Tier seemed in a good mood at least, you know?
Good old Ontario, man. He's a nice feller, man. I'm glad he's taking a shine to you, boy. He's got a lot he could teach you. He's been around quite a while. You know them Onox, they live for thousands of years. You couldn't find no one to smarten you up better.
Yeah, I think if I ever get married, I'd ask him to do the wedding.
Officiate. That's how you say that one there.
Officiate.
There you go. Attaboy. Officiate. Anyway, eat some of this current pudding, man. This is good stuff. All right, and you guys have a very happy family meal and enjoy for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow is a day off from school, so you won't be heading to school, but your family's going to.
It's a holiday called Juneteenth. I like it.
Juneteenth. You guys will be heading to the main market Let me get over here. Boop. You guys will be heading to the main market as your parents have a really important duty. This is basically duty. This is basically the day once a week where they take several casks of water and they hand them out to all the businesses and all the families and stuff like that. So it's a pretty big delivery day. You work really hard that day. And yeah, you wake up bright and early and you guys load up the wagon and you get to it.
Do it. You got it.
As you are heading into town, you know, your town is a place that is a passageway to Shadhavar. So there's a lot of travel that occurs here, and there's a lot of people, a lot of travelers that come to and fro. Some are not the most savory of sorts, and your mom and pa, they drive the wagon into the center of town. And they start unloading the water and handing out the barrels to the people. People are basically lined up with their little vouchers. Your dad looks over and she says, "Hey, why don't you go on down to the bakery? Why don't you go get us some lunch, eh, boy?" And he hands you a few gold pieces.
Thanks, Pa. Yeah.
A few copper
anything
pieces.
Particular you feeling like? Yeah, I don't need my gold.
No, no
Just
gold.
put that stuff in there.
No gold. Copper pieces. Yeah, just
Some ruffian may come along.
Just go get us one of them sandwiches. One of them sandwiches old Betty Sue put out. They're real good, man. I think it was
Like
one of them there turkey sandwiches.
turkey. I also heard she got some fresh scorpion, but
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
yeah, we're having scorpion stew tonight. I don't want none of that.
Fair. All right, let's go get that stuff.
All right, get after it.
I'll see you in a bit.
Get after it, boy. We'll see you in a little. As you are heading down the way, you
Got any sweet tea?
sweet tea. We got some sweet tea out here. They might. We'll see. We'll roll for that. As you're as you're heading down the
oh my god.
as you're heading down the sandstone walkway amidst all of the, you know, the sandstone and adobe buildings, you see about 4 men, grown men, in a circle, and it looks like they're harassing some young lady.
No, you know I don't stand for that.
As you get closer, you see that it is you see that it's Helga, your tormentor.
What are they doing?
They're
doing to her?
They're leering and jeering, and she looks very uncomfortable. You've never seen her so, like, guarded and protected. And you hear one of them kind of whistle, "Shh, come on, girl, you look really good. Why don't you come with us? We'll buy you a nice meal, get some fire wine. We can have ourselves a night, huh? Look like you're just about the right age, huh? And as he's saying that, the other 3 are just like, yeah, come on.
I take out my torch. That's the only thing in my inventory.
Got you a stick.
Give me a stick. I'm gonna
Is that? You've got
walk
quite an
slowly
inventory.
over.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. It's probably more in there, but all I see is a stick, and you know what? My eyes are sun bright red, and I am feeling steam coming out my ears. So I'm gonna walk over to these ungentlemen.
Shh, come on, baby, let's go. Let's go get a drink. There's a spit hole around here somewhere that can get some good wine. I'm sure we can have some fun times. Let's go.
Sirs, I think you're barking up the wrong tree.
And who might you be, boy?
I'm just. Oh, call me boy. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave this area. It is not a great place to be. You see, there's ruffians around, and ruffians tend to get beat by sticks.
Ruffians? Oh no, us? We are men of culture, and we're about to have this young lady come and enjoy a meal with us. And he wraps his arm around her, and he starts trying to lead her off, and she just kind of like looks at you with pleading eyes and shame.
Sir, that lady is to stay right around here. She's coming with me actually. She looks very uncomfortable.
What would you say you're trying to do if I was gonna have you roll right now? Persuade?
Persuasion, yeah.
Or are you? Yeah, that's you're going about this a more civilized way at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a persuasion. Why don't you go find someone to piss off, boy?
Wait,
And
that
he
was
pushes.
perception.
That's all right. What's
I
your?
hit the wrong button.
So it would be a 9. With the +1. So yeah, he just pushes by you
I
and continues
have
walking.
Proficiency. Oh, never mind. You're right. I'm a dummy.
Oh, it would be a
hold out the
+3. You
stick
have
and
+3 to persuasion. Either way, with the 11, it's still not gonna hit it.
I hold out the stick like at eye level and be like, "Sir, I'm gonna give you count of 3 to let go of that lady, or we're gonna have some bigger issues than walking away." Not so good at this talking thing.
Yeah, he's gonna swing on you.
Shit.
Just give me 1 sec there, bud.
Immediately rolls damage. Oh, I see. You're rolling for HP. D-bandits.
Can you see that? Oh,
Yeah,
that should
yeah.
be private. I need to fix that.
Ooh.
It's alright. Don't worry about his HP. Oh, do I not have an unarmed strike in here? I gotta make an item real quick. I apologize.
It's under Pimp Slap.
Pimp slap. Sorry, take me 2 seconds here.
My patience is limited.
I hope so. We're just gonna do.
Since I was just in Kentucky for like a long weekend, hearing all these accents, like it's so funny because it's so fresh in mind, dude.
What about pointed sticks?
What was that?
Man, give me some of that cornbread over there, man.
God
Boy, I
damn.
tell you what, it's fucking crazy over there. dude. I
Sounds
fucking
a little
this
bit
shit.
like that there Boomhauer from the King on the Hill show,
Man.
that thingy.
Man, you get all goddamn dang old water hole, man. We have a good old time, man. We get some of the ladies out there. We get the fireworks. We get some of that there beer, man. So, man, dang old Hank, man. It's a good old fucking time, man. So you tell what. All right, buddy. Let's see if this works.
Tell you what, that really gets me. That's good.
All right, he swings and you duck under it.
They hit him with the stick.
All right, let me just drop a club into your inventory. All right, and it's
As
now
he misses, I
equipped.
say, "Oh,
So make sure you target him and then
Shit.
swing that club, buddy.
Just a second. I am clicking buttons on him, and I forgot how many times I gotta. There we go. Inventory still says torch.
No, there's a club now. So if you unselect your character and reselect him, it should be a club. Or if you just open your character sheet and look in there.
Is equipped. Okay, let's see if that works. Inventory, features, skills. Still says fucking torch.
Well, just
Yeah.
just open your inventory, open your character sheet, and go to your inventory and click the club in there.
Okay.
If it's not showing up now, you might just have to refresh it, and we'll.
One more time. All right, I'm gonna have to refresh.
All right, why don't you just do an unarmed strike then? Can you see that one?
It's gravy.
Yeah,
I
just
already
give
hit
us.
the refresh button. Sorry.
All right, well, that's all right.
I let you carried away.
That's all right. That's all right. All right, so we jumped around a little bit. Let me know when you're back into the refreshings. I don't know how long it's gonna take.
This might be a good chance to take a 5 or 10 minute break.
Yeah, this is gonna be our 11 o'clock 5-minute break. So go ahead, guys. Go get yourself some water. Go use the restroom. I'm gonna do the same. We get some chilling music for this. How's everyone enjoying? We having a good time out there?
Ooh.
Oh,
Alright.
sorry. Is that a question for me or the audience?
For everyone.
Oh, am I included in that?
You are part of
George,
everyone.
you're not everyone.
Oh, I think that was my question. No, I'm having a good time. It's enjoyable to I don't know. It's just funny, dude. I am absolutely loving watching Glowpaint and Firestone fucking figure their shit out, like and like, you know, role playing. I'm enjoying role playing myself, and then I also like it's really fun to watch you, Sev, and like watch you like do DM stuff when I'm not having to worry about it. It's so nice. I'm like, oh my god, like I don't have to like concern myself with like combat or like mechanical issues or dice. Like I'm just like, you tell me what to do, I'm like, okay, sure. All right, that's it. That's all I have to do.
Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying wifey. Falcon Fruit Savages is the wifey, and my little dragon said hi to you right now too.
All
All right, I will be back.
All right, ciao. Wife, I don't know what I'm just gonna call you. Well, you're the art history wifey, sure. What's your favorite story so far? Not that I'm a competitive individual, but now I do want to know.
You can definitely say artiste.
Come on, I'm playing an eccentric gnome artist. I feel like if she doesn't say me, it just means we have a serious problem. I don't know that,
Well,
or
maybe she likes edgy stories, or
that's
or
true.
Southern.
That's true. Or a Southern cowboy Western. Okay. One thing I am so excited for is to be able to like have all three of our characters interact together and just see how that goes.
My goodness.
I cannot wait.
I am so excited for you to be drawn into my Western.
I am so excited to be drawn into your Western. Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I am also very excited for Ty to go to the big city. That'll be fun.
Oh, it'll be great. I think, I mean, the big thing about Sal's character is that he really wants to go see other things. He's also just very attached to his grandfather. Like, that's like, because his grandfather is like his best
grandpa
friend.
is so sweet.
Yeah, dude, Paulo's great, right? Like, fucking awesome. I'm well aware that me saying that I love an NPC one session in is very problematic, and it likely mean he's gonna die, but like still he's fucking great.
It's part of the story, it's part of the fun.
I know.
All right, my internet was breaking up for half of that, but I was saying your grandpa is cute as shit.
Right?
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking
Adorable.
dude, there's just something about like an old semi-Italian gnome grandpa that like
Italian gnome grandpa's all you gotta say, man.
yes, it's just like I feel like anyone would want that.
He's just like so hyped in the moment. It's adorable.
Oh god, yeah.
Just wants you to succeed in every single way.
I will note, like I appreciate the kind of dichotomy, like because like I'm doing my stuff and then I hear Kaneka's story and I'm just like shit, like this is sad, like
Bad boy hours over there.
seriously,
I
I'm
was
just
getting like slightly emotional because I was putting myself too much into the thought process, and I'm like, wait, why am I about to cry right now?
No, that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Like, and that's what's great. Like, that's like if you cry on the first stream, it just means that like we can only go up from there, right? Like
Look,
that's the
if you don't
goal.
get some subs out of some fucking tears, then
Yeah.
that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. No, I think I'm. This is what I was telling Firestone. I'm like really excited to see our characters interact together. I think that's gonna be super fun.
Did you hear how heartfelt I was getting with your dad right there, dude? I was channeling if I was like talking to my son and I was dying. That's what I was trying to channel.
Oh.
I was like, bro, it's too real. It's
Cool.
too real.
Good. I'm glad I got you. That's what we're here to do, right? Like we
I'm
can
not
never
loading
play
anyway.
we can never play pretend this good when we were kids. All right. Well, while you're loading in, we've jumped all around and gotten a little off kilter there.
um.
Nabiri,
Yes, sir.
your father or your grandfather, after the gentleman walks down the street laughing, looks at you. My son, my boy, my little son. And he grabs your cheeks and he's just like, you see he's bursting with tears. A candidate for the Drayvin. Ah! And as he extends his hands, he waggles his fingers and pops off some fireworks. The fireworks go up into the shapes of a few dragons.
All right. I'm certainly very stunned by this, and I'm just kind of like, Grandpa, what does it mean? Actually, would I know what being a candidate would mean? Like, is that something I would? Yeah, I know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Grandpa, like, I don't want to. I want to go travel, but if you're not there, then what? How am I supposed to keep spending time with you?
My boy, we have had much fun together, and I have watched you grow, and I am so proud of the little man you are turning into. But there is a point where you have to snip the cord and get on your own. You know what I mean? Also, if you're going to get a dragon, just come pick me up and we'll go fly around.
At this point, I just laughed, and I'm kind of like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now,
Grandpa,
yes.
is it okay if I just go to the inn now?
We should probably tell your mother and your father.
Well, can't you just do that? I mean, she's probably going to be in her study, and I don't know where Dad's going to be, so...
You should probably say goodbye to your mother and father. They would be heartbroken if you left without saying anything to them, but I'm not going to stop you.
If that's what you think, then okay. Let's go home.
I'm not going to stop you. All right, so do you want to go to the inn or home?
No, home. Sorry, I said let's go home. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you head back through the marketplace and along the buildings, and you get back to your your illustrious residence. And as you guys are walking up, you see the door kind of shut behind you, as if someone had just entered as you turn the corner. I think it's probably about time that your father got home. This is so exciting. If they're pissed, just ignore them, okay?
Okay. That's what I do normally anyway.
Smart boy. And he kind of like tussles your hair.
Back in, by the way.
Excellent. You guys head up into the house. As you enter, you see your dad is he's unloading his rather large satchel and like spreading a bunch of paperwork and stuff all over the dinner table that usually goes unused. Because your mother's always shut up in the room. Wee little Salvador. Papa, how are you two doing?
I kind of look at Grandpa to see what he's gonna say first before I respond.
Your dad like asked that, but didn't even really look up at you guys. He like glanced at you and went back to like his stuff.
Cool.
Your grandpa looks at you and he kind of like smiles and nudges you with his elbow. Come on.
Papa.
Oh yes, yes, my son.
how would you feel if I went to go learn about other cultures?
Did you get a job? And he stops
Yeah.
he stops what he's doing and he looks up to you. Excellent. Does it pay good?
I think I have a trial period. I don't know the exact specifics. I think I'm kind of
An
going in for-
internship, my boy, the intern. Yes.
Yeah, internship.
Yeah, he drops he drops what he's doing and he starts heading over towards you. What's it with? Are you with the mercantile community? Are you going to be working with the Anak? Will you be studying in Selendir? Are you heading down to Shadhavar to do? I don't know what the hell they do down there, but it's not really that important. What are you doing, boy?
I'm kind of I kind of got chosen as a candidate for the sorry, what's the Eltergrad name for it? The Dragavir?
Drayvin, Kavla,
Drayvin Pavla. Okay.
Kalva, cavalry. Just think dragon cavalry.
Cool. I kind of got chosen as a candidate for the Drayvin Kalva.
His eyes pop open. And he looks like he's just got smacked in the face. A dragon rider. That will bring much honor to our families. They get paid very good. It is a bit dangerous, though. And you are so little.
I'm not much shorter than you are, so
Shh,
I feel like that's inconsequential, but yeah.
Not what I meant. And then you hear your mother, "Oh, let him do! You always try to get in his way!" As she comes down. "Look at you, resisting! Our boy gets a great opportunity!" And she just, this little gnomish woman with her hair in a bun storms down the stairs, waving her chisel back and forth. And your father turns, "What? I was just thinking, it depends on how good, it could be dangerous. He's going to follow his heart and complete his dreams." And they just start going at it in a big fight.
Okay. As they're getting into a usual tiffy of theirs, I kind of just like start to raise my voice a little bit. I'm like, hey, and like scream.
Yeah, they both stop and look at you.
I know that I may not be the most confident or the most sure of myself, but this is an opportunity that will let me leave. And this is an opportunity that will let me see things that I probably wasn't going to be able to otherwise. And I know it might be dangerous, but Grandpa's taught me some magic. I can keep myself safe, and I can go see the world, and I can go paint, and I can go like see other artists, and I can go see other cities. And I'm really excited, and really scared, but mainly excited. And I really want to do this.
"Oh, little Sally," and your mother runs up and like gives you a hug, and your dad just kind of like exasperated. Of course, boy. We want what's best for you, you know." And you just hear your grandfather chuckling behind you, by the way. After a few moments of them kind of like badgering you and getting you prepared, for the first time in your life, your parents are in agreement. And they're both very proud of you. All right, son. Do your best. Make the family proud. Live your dream. Paint lots of beautiful pictures, and be sure to come visit us. And
Okay, Mama.
your granddad. No, you're good. You're good. Sorry, your granddad's just behind you, beaming. By the way.
Cool. I kind of like look at my mom, look at my dad, and I just say, "So, do you guys want to have one last meal, or what do you want to do?"
Oh, absolutely, I'll get cooking right away. And your mom jumps on it and gets in the kitchen. I'll go run down to the market and grab something for this occasion. And he busts out the door, and your grandpa just like wraps you in a big hug. Like, little Sal, you're going to be the glue for this family, aren't you?
I don't know about glue, but a temporary nail maybe. I don't know.
Hey, he puts you at arm length. Have more faith in yourself. Your parents love each other despite what you may think.
Yeah.
I need to do his voice different. Your parents love each other despite what you may think.
Oh, okay, Grandpa. Would it be okay if I just kind of sat here and painted this? Would that be all right?
I wouldn't have it any other way, my boy. Little Sal. And he actually waggles his fingers and whispers a word, and an easel and a canvas, a very large canvas, just pop out of nowhere. And the canvas is already in a really magnificent frame.
Cool. I kind of like pull up a chair, like scooch it up, try to like, sit on the very top of the seat just to make sure I have like enough of the space on it. And then I pull out the brush that my grandfather gave me and start like very delicately painting the scene of like myself and my grandfather and my parents all at a dining table with like not an overwhelming feast, but like with a scrumptious meal, and us just like you can tell that there's animated energy and laughter and like conversation going on, and that's what I start painting.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this is something that, you remember maybe once or twice from when you were a kid, but it's definitely a rare occasion, if, ever having happened at this level.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm going to jump back to Firestone now that he's in.
That's good.
We'll leave it at that for now. All right, whack that dude.
I hit this man.
Yeah, you nail him on the back of the head, and he pitches down to the ground. And his buddies, they all sprint off at the first sign of trouble. Yeah, you bashed him real good. He's unconscious.
By the way, Elga,
Why would you? Why would you help me? We've always been so mean to you. Thank you. I know you're kind of simple, but thank you. And she runs up and wraps you in a hug.
yeah, don't mention it. So I'm glad I got you out of that situation, but I do have a question for you.
Of course. What is it?
You know if they sell sweet tea at the bakery shop? Just curious before I get there. I don't want to get my thirst going and then they don't have any.
She looks like taken aback, and she goes, yeah, I think that they do. They take palm sugar and they sweeten up some of the tea. Anyway,
Can I walk you there? I just want to make sure those bullies don't come back for you.
Yeah, I would really like that. And she kind of like takes your arm and steps over the body, the unconscious body, as you guys head down the sandstone block pathway. After you take a few steps, a large figure appears in front of you. A very tall man wearing a crimson red cloak. And he throws the hood back, and you see that he's got dark hair parted to the side, a neatly trimmed dark beard, and fierce green eyes. He's wearing silver armor inlaid with green and gold, and there's embossed dragons and stuff on his armor, and he's got a very fabulous sword. And he reaches out and he puts his hand on your shoulder like iron. What's your name, my friend?
Howdy, I'm Ty.
Ty? You're gonna come with me.
Grip you got there. Emma, that's nice to know. Should I tell my mom and pa?
Absolutely. And you see that he's holding a stone in his hand, and it's pulsing red and gold.
Oh, that's a per stone. You got there.
And he like holds it up in between you guys, and you see his eyes are like big, like stars. And he's like, "Isn't
Hard to
it?"
see me with, huh?
He's like, "Isn't it, my boy? How would you like to come join the Drayvin Kalva? Kalva. I'll get it eventually, I swear. The Drayvin Kalva."
Now, explain. I know what that is, but like, explain that to my friend right here. She might not know.
Oh, hello, young lady. Why, they're the Dragon Riders. And he's still holding this like steel grip. Oh no, Firestone. Okay, and he's still holding this steel grip on you.
I'm so sorry. I kind of blacked out there. You say that one more time. It's like.
Ah, young lady. They're the Dragon Riders. Have you not heard of them?
Oh. Yeah. Thank you. Is there? Do you need a place to stay? This is.
Not at all. Meet me at the inn tomorrow in the morning. We'll be taking off. Don't be late. And he's just got like a huge smile painted on his face.
You are a terrifying presence.
Don't be scared. Don't be afraid of me. I'm here to help you along the way. Don't worry. Go, run. Tell your parents now. This is a great day. And he just like turns around and he's like marching off with his hands kind of like.
What in tarnation? You guy's a fucking weirdo. All right. My pa. And I like run off.
Helga's just left standing there, like looking very put off. All right.
Can I just say, you went from you got a purty mouth to you got a purty stone. Bro, I wanted to interject so bad. I had to bite my tongue on that because that shit was hilarious.
It's the hardest part. It's the hardest part when you're fucking playing. I feel like it's like you have all the things you want to say when someone else is having their moment, and you're just like,
you got a purty stone. I was like, oh. Good.
Also, Seb, I think you need to turn up our volume on your end, because it seems like some people are having difficulty hearing our lovely voices on the stream, and I know how much, especially me, like they really need to, yeah.
Done.
Gotta hear those players a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise,
we
all know what the people are really here for, and it's the three of us. Like, come on, like it's.
Yeah, that's why they're on Fast Hands Heroes channel.
Exactly.
Obvi.
Exactly.
All right. On that note, we're gonna jump over to our boy Kanako. Kanako Kitsune. Scene change. The first one.
Oh, shit. Oh, loading. No.
Loading. Oh, I see something.
I do not have a token with visibility, so I can't see anything.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not for you anyway.
Then what?
I'm scared.
I see it.
All right.
Just watch the Twitch. You can see.
Yeah.
Not everything worked how I wanted it to on this when I created this scene, but that's okay. It is dark, despite the light.
Despite it being 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Shh, ignore that. Let's just do this.
I'm
And
refreshing right now.
save changes.
There you go.
All right.
More believable.
You have been following the little fairy lights, and you actually follow them down the mountain. Oh, there we go. Now it's fucking with it, of course. And you actually follow them down the mountain, and you find yourself. Hold on, I gotta do scene change. Scene change. And let's change the music. All right. You see all the little floaty guys?
Is that what those are?
Yeah. You come to
Oh,
a
okay.
forest
too far zoomed out.
glade. Why is the darkness level back to 0? God damn it. There we go. All right. Yeah. You find yourself in a small glade, and you see the little blue dragonfly come into this glade and explode into a million golden motes of light. And all of these little motes of light start floating around in this area. And you see them start mingling with other motes of light. Why does it keep doing that? This update is killing me, Smalls, I swear. Alright. Anyway. You can go ahead and move your token forward. So if you click your,
disappeared on my screen.
you don't see your token anymore?
No.
What
You'll
now?
have to drag me back out there.
You see him now?
Yep, now I do.
So use your imagination. It's nighttime.
You're fine.
This is a pine glade. It's at the base of the mountains. It's very deep in the night. And you see the lights disperse, and you see a small pond of shimmering water. It shimmers silver in the moonlight. And as you...
I would say that I'm very cautious about the open, and I would try to like stay near the tree line to get a good view of the area.
Yeah. You feel a deep sense of serenity and peace in this area. This is a sacred place.
Okay.
As you're kind of skimming along the tree line, so what? Show me how you're moving.
How do I select it and move it?
So you can drag and drop
Is
or
it
use your
select
arrow
token?
keys. Or you can use your arrow keys.
I can't tell if that's me moving it or if that's you.
That was me moving it. So you don't have to have
Yeah.
it targeted or anything. Let me just do something real quick.
I just keep imagining him moving like Kronk in the Emperor's New Groove, where he's like, oh, da, da.
Alright, try again, buddy.
It is frozen up on me.
Alright, so...
I would say just on the frozen picture, I'll walk you through what I would do. I would skirt along the bottom side of those tree lines, and I would use like every bit of stealth I could, even feeling the serenity and just like seeing what happened to my dad. I would still be kind of weary and on the fence about it. And the closer I got, the more serene I would feel, but I would be skirting that bottom tree line, and that fallen tree that's in that left-hand corner, I would creep up like right behind that to see if I could like get one quicker look.
Yeah, absolutely. As you skirt along, you get to the pool, and looking into it, you can see the moons reflected in it very brightly. And it really, like, enraptures you. And it's too bad you're not looking right now, because I have, like, all these lighting effects that I was getting going.
Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone.
Yeah.
At least the stream.
As you dip closer to the pond, a beam of moonlight shines down on the pond and makes it illuminate brightly. You can feel the token around your neck begin to throb.
Oh, rather than looking at the pond, I'll take the necklace out of my shirt where I see like how my dad tucks it into beneath his armor, and I'll pull it out, and I'll kind of look at it in my hand.
Yeah, absolutely. As you do that, you notice that it's glowing and it starts tugging you towards the pool.
And I'll be like uneasy at first to see if I can fight it, and if it still pulls, then I'll slowly, kind of cautiously walk towards it, see what's going on.
Excellent. As you get closer to the pool, it starts putting out a kind of pulsing radiant that pulses with your necklace. Across the way, on the other side of this pond, you see all of the little motes of light form into, like, they begin to coalesce and rapidly shift and form, and they take the form of two young girls, one a little bit taller and the other, younger, smaller. You immediately somehow know that this is Nessa and Leah taking some sort of form before you.
I'll point. I have the medallion in my hand, and I'm right near the lake. Where did they shine? Are they on the lake right now?
So yeah, they're basically standing on the water over here.
Okay. I kind of like slowly set it down and look at them, and I like kind of like bow my head a little bit.
Leah, the little sister, kind of giggles and sprints up, and she touches your token with one finger, and as she touches it, she bursts into a million motes of light. And then Nessa walks slowly forward and kind of tilts her head at you, and she actually reaches out and lifts up your snout a little bit, and like you see her smile really widely, and it's the most beautiful smile you've ever seen in your whole life. And then she reaches down and touches your token and bursts into a million motes of light as well.
I kind of just take it and I squeeze it as hard as I can while looking into the water.
Awesome. You lose consciousness and drift off to sleep. You awaken to the warmth of sunlight and being poked on the back of your head by a stick.
Hey. And then do I have like weapons? My dad gave me weapons, right?
Yeah, you have your stuff.
Like, okay, cool. So I immediately like grab my sword and I start growling like immediately, like "Arr!"
Whoa, hey,
Like,
easy,
out of, like,
easy,
pure
easy.
defense.
You're alive. You were sleeping so soundly.
Yeah, and you woke me up. What?
Well, I mean, the
what?
sun's already come up. Are you okay, little fox?
I'll kind of like gather where I am because I don't remember going unconscious. I just remember squeezing the token and I like realize where I'm at and I look down immediately to see if it's still there.
Yeah, it's around your neck, actually.
Okay.
As you turn around, you see a elven child, and now the Albaz. I need to start saying that, an Albazian child. The Albaz in this world, they're a little bit different. He is very like slender and long-limbed. You can tell that he's immature, but he's already like 6 feet tall almost. He's got long dark hair and his ears are roughly a foot long. And he's got very large almond-shaped eyes. They almost seem too big for his smallish head. I saw you last night. The moons, the sisters, they came, they spoke to you. What did they say?
You saw those too? I thought I was the only one here.
No, I was watching. I watch after this grove. My family lives close by, and this is a place of spirits.
I was led here last night. I don't know where I am, to be honest.
You are deep into the great forest. You're actually you don't know exactly where you are, but just to put it in player perspective, somehow you traveled roughly like 150 miles in one night. Somehow.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Just following the little, like, fairies?
Yeah, but it like time was distorted and warped,
Okay.
and somehow you traveled a great distance.
Damn. All right.
So he looks at you and he says, "You're close to the world tree," which you would know as the great tree in the center of the forest.
I would have never have been there. Like, I would have heard stories about it, maybe from my dad or something.
Correct.
Okay.
And you would
What do
know
you-
you would know that it's quite far from your home.
Pretty far.
Yeah.
I'd be extremely skeptical. And the great tree?
Yes,
That's-
come here, look. And he turns around and he climbs up. He uses his long limbs and he climbs up, like kind of monkey-like, up this tree, urging you to follow.
I kind of like look around to see if anyone else is watching or if anyone else is here.
Give me a perception.
Okay. Let's see if it works because it kind of froze up, but I'll see if it goes through.
Excellent. You actually notice that there are two other albaz that are grown, and they're peering through some bushes and like behind a tree, and they're watching you guys very closely.
I'll say, wait, I don't even know your name, but there's people watching us over there.
This is probably my older brother. I run off a lot, and sometimes they have to track me down. Ignore them for now unless they bug us. Don't worry, you'll be okay.
Huh.
Now come look at this view.
Okay. I'll scurry up the tree after him.
Yeah, as you guys take to the upper limbs of this tree, you look out and you see you see the large world tree, which is just this massive canopied tree that shades like a good chunk of the forest. Galleon like looks at you and smiles. What are you going to do now? The spirits chose you. Where are you from?
What do you mean they chose me? They
They-
touched my father's token, and they exploded.
I do not know anything about a token, but when the spirits choose to reveal themselves, it's for a reason. They consider you a guardian, someone whose soul resonates with nature and desires harmony. Or at least that's what I've read and felt when I've seen them.
You've seen them?
He kind of bobs his head with a strange smile. Like, yeah, that's why I come to this glade so often. My brothers, they've watched me many times while I played with the spirits, and they don't see them. They call me brain-addled and think that I play with myself alone.
I've never seen them before. I was with my dad before my dad. And I'll kind of like realize where I am. I'll remember him booping my snoot earlier the day before.
Snoop
I'll
boop.
remember the little tickle that I got from the fairies, and then I'll kind of like process together like it was the same kind of thing that led me through the forest to where I am now. And I'll kind of just like look up at the tree and grasp the medallion and say like, is this what you wanted from me, type of thing. And
Yeah,
He was
a cool wind kind
Dallin?
of blows. A cool wind kind of blows through the forest and ruffles the leaves of the bots and cools your fur, and it feels like a
Interesting.
caress.
Almost like a soothing thing.
Yeah.
A soothing feeling. Okay. I'll I'll take that, and I'll look at Dalian, and I'll say, can you see them at will, or do they choose when to show up for you?
At will? We have no will here. We live here in harmony with them. They show themselves when they choose to.
And they're accepting of people like me?
What do you mean, people like you?
I'm a kitsune, clearly. I normally have to hide my appearance when I go into cities and towns.
Do you think that matters to them? You're a cute little fox. I think they like you.
Huh. Uh, I mean, I guess, yeah. I have so many questions about them.
Well, stay here. Maybe you'll get answers. I wouldn't mind having a friend. Aside from the spirits.
I've never had any friends. It's just been me and my dad. I don't even know what it really means to be a friend.
You're silly. And at that, Dalian kind of like tags you and then drops down the tree.
Hey, get back here! And I'll like slink down the tree.
And I want to say that like you guys ensue playing tag, and you kind of realize, hey, my dad was my friend.
Yeah,
This is the kind
it'll
of
like
this is the kind of play that
immediately
we
connect between the two.
yeah, the play that we had. All right, cool. And we're gonna fade to black, and you actually jump 7 or 8 years now. Why don't you just give me a brief detail of what you were doing these 7 or 8 years?
I have those pictures to show of what my character looks like. I don't know if you want me to show that or not.
Sure, if you'd like to, go for it.
Cool.
I just
Mm,
wanted to. So,
cool.
what have you been doing over these 10 years? Like, did you hang out in the glade? Did you go back and commit robberies? Were you?
I would say that after spending just like real quick time jump, I spent a few days there, and I kind of um became friends with the family, and met all the brothers and all that stuff. But I had a request that they let me go back to bury my father. I would say at a certain point, maybe he came back and helped me,
Yeah,
a friend.
they
And
they
I
don't
would,
restrict you at all for sure.
yeah, I would have somehow found my way back. Maybe it took me a long time, maybe it didn't. Back to the
Couple weeks.
burial site, and I would bury my dad next to my mom, and I would just take in the scenery as much as I could and just say goodbye to it. And then I would say that I never went back to visit. Um,
Heard.
and then I would say that I spent all of the years learning as much as I could and figuring out what I could of the Moon Sisters, and then what like being a guardian of nature like really meant, and like what it was supposed to mean,
Excellent.
while training and furthering what my dad did. And like I would practice, and like his regimen that he would do, I would do it like every morning.
Excellent. So, one day after all this time has passed, you're hanging out by the pool of water. There's spirits flittering around you that you've grown quite accustomed to. They'll often come and boop your nose and try to initiate play with you.
I just pulled up a picture of what he would look like as the adult version.
Don't know. I think we have to view the. I have to view the stream. There you go, everybody. That's the adult version of our Kaneko. Awesome.
And then when he goes to his human form, he would look.
Oh, yeah,
like
you
that.
showed it. Nope. Gotta go back.
Oh, hold on. Let me close out of the stream real quick. Is it showing the new one or the old one?
Showing the fox.
Okay, so then I will close that, and then just real quick, I will show.
As you're sitting
Oh,
at
no.
the pond, you and Dalian have become good friends and you play often. You hear something you've never heard before. Oh, nice. I like it. You hear something you have never heard before. You hear what can only be described as incredibly mighty wing beats. Gusts of wind assault your little glade and begin pushing all of the trees, kind of like bending against this force. And as you look up, you see this shadow blot out the sunlight, and it is basically the image of it's a large dragon with 3 heads, and it shimmers gold in the sunlight, and the wings beat and beat as it drops down into the glade. And standing on its back is a smiling man with a red cloak thrown back over his shoulders, silver armor that's inlaid with gold and green and embossed with dragons, and a fabulous sword. And he's holding a stone above his head that is pulsing with kind of... What's your favorite color?
The whole thing is like dark purple, blues, and blacks.
All right, yeah, so it's pulsing with blue.
Kaneko.
It's pulsing with blue and black.
Okay.
And the man jumps down. Hello, my friend. And he walks up to you. Like, he starts walking towards you with like a march.
My swords have like already been drawn, but they're now just like super like, what the fuck is happening? And they're just kind of like slowly falling by the sides.
Oh, you won't
And
need
just, like,
those.
looking at him curiously.
Yeah, he walks up completely unafraid, and he sticks his hand out and puts it on the top of your head, and then it slides down to your shoulder, and he's just got an iron grip on you. You're gonna be coming with me, bud.
And it's like a faint growl, and it's just like, going where?
You're adorable. You know that? And he takes the stone that's like pulsing, and he boops you on the nose with it.
God. What is with that?
You see this? And he holds it up in your eyes, and you see his eyes like get really big and like full of stars, and the green orbs are just fixed on the stone. That means you're chosen.
Yeah, this is like a reoccurring theme. What is being chosen? What do you mean?
Come on, I'll have time to explain on the road. And he picks you up and throws you over his shoulder. And he starts marching off towards the... You don't have any family you need to tell, do you?
I just look back, and it was Dalian was his name?
Yeah, Dalian.
Yeah, I look back to Dalian, and I'm like, hello? Anything? And I just imagine him like...
Yeah, that's exactly...
waving off.
It's like, good luck. Yeah, and the man marches over, and he throws you up on the dragon, and he hops on it. And,
okay.
yeah, takes off.
Oh.
And you rise thousands of feet in the air in just a few wing beats.
He's just
just
confused at everything happening.
The dude's just in his saddle, like with the reins, just...
It's like the creepiest fucking slow laugh.
All right. Let's jump back to... I want to wrap this up right now, so we're going to go kind of quick, and we're going to jump back to Nabiri.
Sounds good. I can tell you what I would like to do in a couple of sentences, if that would help.
Sure.
I have dinner with my family. Really try to treasure the moment, really appreciate it. Trying to paint. Yep.
Your grandpa produces another easel, and he's a really terrible artist, and he tries to paint next to you.
Oh yeah. So we have a paint competition really to see who the better artist is, and honestly, like his art is amazing. So I feel a little upstaged actually, just because he's been working at it a lot less time, but he still seems to have like this amazing talent.
As he holds it up, he's like, no, 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 it won't do, and he snaps his fingers, and it just incinerates in like 2 seconds. Yours is much better. Yours is much better, Salvador. Much more heart in it. Much more heart in it.
So after everyone like cleans up the table, goes to bed, I kind of finish my painting. I spend the majority of the night in my room finishing this painting. And then I take that magic brush that my grandfather gave me, and I just write beginning to end on the painting, like over the now like starting to dry ink. And I just kind of like leave it on my bed. And I like kind of try to like breathe, just meditate a little bit, wait until dawn, and then I head over to the inn.
You're gonna make me cry. That was beautiful. When you get to the inn the next morning, you see your grandfather and Garrick sitting at a table laughing their asses off.
Okay. What's that?
And as you enter, they're kind of like going back and forth, having a good time. Ah, Garrick, take good care of my boy, please. I gotta get his voice right. Hold on. Ah, Garrick. Oh, Garrick, take good care of my boy, please. Fuck, cannot get that. Anyway, they kind of go back and forth, and your grandfather asks him to take good care of you.
Yep.
And Garrick says, absolutely. And he grabs you and scoops you up and throws you over his shoulder and just marches off out down the street.
As we're leaving, or as he's deciding we're leaving, I just kind of like yell, "I love you, grandfather," and like wave goodbye.
And yeah, you see Grandpa Paulo just kind of waving at you, and he waggles his fingers, and he throws out one last little prestidigitation, and it's a big firework that's in the shape of like your character, and it says, "Good luck, Sal." And it's like everyone for miles around saw that shit. Garrick.
So extra, I love that.
Garrick over the shoulder, just stamps out of town, and you guys are heading towards what you see as like a large hill, and as you get closer, it stands up on its legs, and you see that it is a 3-headed golden dragon. Yeah.
I mean, I just gasp in complete awe because I don't feel like I've ever seen one of these before. Being in a mon, and so I'm completely starstruck.
Ah, where did that go? Did I delete that? That's terrible. How dare I? Okay, there we go. Meet my friend Gindor. He's been with me for about 100 years now. He'll get us to Agartha safely. Come on, boy. And he hucks you up onto the dragon.
While he does that, I just start screaming like, huh? And then like when I land on the dragon, I just like cling to it for dear life, like completely freaked out.
As you're spinning through the air, it looks like you're about to land on one of the spines, and one of the dragon's heads reaches back and snags your belt, and then gently lowers you onto it, and then returns. And yeah, Garrick jumps up on it, and within a few wing beats, whoosh, 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 you guys are thousands of feet above Emond and heading north.
Okay.
All
Would
right.
I be on the dragon at this point?
No, he collected you guys at different times.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there soon. All right.
No, this is my Uber. Get your ass.
It's a pretty
Sharing
big.
is caring.
It's a pretty big dragon.
Pretty big Uber.
Oh, Ty. No sandwich? No sweet tea? What are you looking all in a tizzy for?
Yeah, I must. Oh goodness. Howdy, y'all. I gotta get back into that accent. There we go.
Right? I lost Grandpa. I lost Grandpa Paulo, and I'm so sad that I lost it at the end there. Broke my heart.
I met a man, and I know what you say about stranger danger, but he had the biggest smile on his face, and I just had to greet him. Either way, he had this.
They
egg
look very
thing that
concerned,
I
by
was,
the way.
he had this egg or stone thingy, and he said that I was a chosen. I think he said something about
Your mom interrupts you and puts the back of her hand to your head. Did you get stung by another scorpion, boy? Are you feeling
Mom,
okay?
Mom, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I promise I'm not being touched. All right. He said I was part of. They offered me Drayvin Kalva, along those lines. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Them there dragon riders?
Yeah, that's a much easier. Why doesn't he use that word?
It's not as
It's
fancy.
so much easier to say. Fancy. Guess not.
Are you okay? Hold
well,
on. Back it up. Are you telling me
also-
you got invited to be a dragon
Yeah.
rider, boy?
Yeah.
You sure this ain't one of them there con men? That sounds pretty highfalutin.
I'm not sure, but Helga was there. And she seemed like it was real deal. So I think that is the matter of fact.
Matter of fact. Oh, what you trying to sound all fancy now? All right, son. Well, why don't you take me and we can go greet this feller and see if he's on the up and up.
Of course. Let's go. Let's go see this guy. He said he's at an inn, but I can't remember which one he said.
Well, there's only one in town, so I reckon it's probably there.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just as Southern hospitality, we kind of invite anyone to the places or houses. So
Yeah, you don't really need an inn, right? Yeah.
Huh?
Your dad and your ma, they pack up their stuff for the day. They've already sold all their water through the vouchers, and they go ahead and they follow you to the inn. And standing outside the inn, you see that man again, and he seems to be talking to himself.
Hi, stranger.
Gindor, no, I'll need you to get back here. I found another one. We're in luck. 3 this week. This has been a good week.
Howdy, stranger.
Oh, 1 second. Hello there. My friend, are you ready to go?
Well, I brought my mom and pa to come say hi. Also, it seems that you're talking to yourself.
Oh, yeah, never mind that. Welcome. How are you two doing? A great honor has been bestowed upon your boy. He has been accepted to be a candidate for the Drayvin Kalva, or the Dragon Riders. I'll be taking him away as soon as possible. Both your parents are kind of slack-jawed, and your mom kind of goes, well, now just hold on right now. You take our son away. That's not for you to decide. Yeah, mister, how can you prove that you're with these so-called Dragon Riders? If you'll just hold on one moment. Gindor, will you hurry up? I could, right now. Yeah, the entrance. Yeah, right now is the entrance. Yep. Yeah, just drop down. It's okay. No, it's okay. Yeah, you might scare him. It'll be fine. Just dramatic
Sir,
effect.
do you need some water?
Dramatic effect, Gindor. Dramatic effect. No, I'm fine. Hold on. Down here. And as he's talking, you guys are covered in a large amount of shade all of a sudden.
Sandstorm!
And you feel
Dad!
yeah, you feel wind beating down on you. No, it's not a sandstorm. Just look up. And as your mom and pa and you all look up, you see this massive form of, it's like a small hill, this incredible shiny gold 3-headed dragon just descends and lands right behind the inn, where its heads are peeking over the inn. This here's Gindor. He's gonna give us a ride. Are you ready to go?
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go yet.
Okay, well, we're gonna head out tomorrow at the crack of dawn. So let me know if you're gonna go and get ready, okay?
All right, partner.
Yeah, I guess it
tell
was.
you
I
what,
guess it was too early. Sorry, man.
I gotta talk to a friend of mine. But it's a very kind offer. And do I let
It's-
you know now, or could I have some time?
It's a
I'm
once in a
sorry,
generation offer. And there's other candidates, so you know, just letting you know,
top?
we're on a time limit. The hatching's gonna occur pretty soon.
Okay. All right. I'll be back in like an hour. Is that too slow?
No, that's great. We'll see you then.
Hey, I'll bring like some casserole or something for you.
Your mom and your pa, their jaws are dropped and they're just like stunned looking at the dragon.
That is, that's something so crazy. Reptilia, reptile.
Woo-wee. I
Lizard.
guess he's
That's
the
pretty
real
crazy
deal,
lizard.
huh, boy?
Yeah. Didn't see that coming, did you?
I mean, no, I sure didn't.
What do you think, Ma and Pa? I start to like walk away from the man.
Yeah, as they go along with you, they just you know, your mother's kind of tearful, but both of them are really proud. My son, the dragon rider. I got to get a look at old Aldrin's face down the road. He's gonna be so jealous. Oh
yeah.
my goodness, this is just to think you of all people would get picked. My boy, I always knew there was something special about you, aside from that little bit of yeah. Well, you're real sweet and you got just the nicest smile. Now let's see all them ladies talk trash. My son, the dragon rider.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go and you know, find adventure out there, like I've been saying. But you guys like manage to shop without me? I know I'm pretty integral part of this team.
Oh, I think we'll do just fine, boy. Don't worry. Yeah, actually, we've kept you kind of on the back burner. we didn't want to stress you out more than you needed, son. That's all Mom's trying to say. Yeah, you
no, I
got to
had to
focus on your
focus on
studies.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys are
That's what you're
talking, you
telling
feel the
yourself.
ground shaking. Doof, 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 doof. And you see your buddy, Ontario.
Ontario. Hey, I just like start to try to wave him down, like doing jumping jacks.
Yeah, he seems to be heading towards the inn and the dragon that he just saw descend.
Yeah,
Oh, my little friend, come with me. There's a sight that you don't get to see very often. I just saw a southern clan dragon land. And it must be one of the riders, as it's not, you know, it's not here destroying anything.
here attacking the town. Yeah, he just
Oh,
he
they
just came
don't-
by and said hi.
They don't usually attack the town. They come and he scoops you up as he's talking. Mr. Booksworth? And he puts you on your shoulder. They usually just come asking for some extra food or water when they're having a tough time, but it's been like a century since I've seen one. Come on, let's go say hi.
Yeah, actually, I just came from there. They just said hi.
Oh, you already got to see
Yeah.
him. Okay, well, are you busy?
Yeah. No, he did ask me to leave with him in the morning.
Did you get... He pulls you off his shoulder and he's like holding it into cupped hands. Did he tell you were a candidate?
Something along those lines, yeah. But I always figured I worked for you, you know,
Well,
and that we're like best friends and all.
kind of holds you up. We are, buddy. But this is a opportunity that you don't usually turn down. You can do a lot if you're able to become one of the riders.
But, like, just because I'm a rider doesn't mean I can't like come back and see you.
I mean, absolutely not. I'd expect you to once you finish up with your training and when your duties allow.
Okay, just
I mean,
want to make sure.
He
because-
like takes his finger and he kind of like nuzzles your head. He's like, I always know you wanted to be a hero. There's no better chance. To think you were chosen. The dragon stone. I know what it saw in you. And he pokes your belly. All that good
Yeah.
stuff.
all this chunk.
And he takes you and he puts you down. All right, well. Good luck, my friend. I think I'll go say hi as well. And we're gonna kind of just fast forward a little bit. Sorry, but yeah, you and Ontario go over there, chop it up with them a little bit. Gindor and your giant, they actually know each other. Garrick knows him as well. They chatted up for a few minutes, and then Garrick's like, "All right, time to go," and he grabs you by like the back of your neck and your belt, and he hucks your ass up there. You seem to be as light as a feather to him.
Really strong, mister.
Same thing. You're about to fly off the other side, and one of the heads whips out and like actually fully encloses you in its mouth.
Ah!
You land on its tongue, and then it turns around and it drops you on the back. And by the
real slimy.
by the time you're deposited on his back, Garrick's already in his saddle, whipping off and raising up into the air.
It's really hard to hold on while I'm so slimy.
Don't fall! And you guys start heading north, flying high above the land. All
I
right.
get like young All Might vibes from that guy.
Nice.
Like Detroit Smash is about to come up in this movie. Ah,
I'm about it. I'm here. Never fear. All right, guys. That ran like a half hour later than I wanted it to. I'm so sorry.
How could you?
No worries.
I hope you guys all enjoyed.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To all my lovely viewers, I hope you had a good time. We'll be back here next Friday, hopefully an hour earlier now that we've squandered some of our technical difficulties. And yeah, other than that, everyone say bye.
Bye.
Much love. We're out.